Now betting for the sports animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, Men On, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Robert Buck D. Gibson.
This is 2 Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
It's Tuesday, Albuquerque. You know what that means? Means the boys are here.
Yeah, that's what's up.
3 hours of the boys today. As the Isotopes played day game baseball today during the day, today, at Oklahoma City, which right up there with me, with El Paso, Tulsa, and Oklahoma City. They're all kind of the same level for me.
What's lower on your list, Tulsa or OKC?
Well, they're basically the same place, so OKC is lower. Joplin, Missouri is worse than Tulsa.
I kind of like Oklahoma for a bunch of reasons, and I think the biggest one is it's the first time I ever saw fireflies.
Also, is it
Was
because it's the place for me?
Yeah, good. It rhymes.
Oklahoma is the place for me.
What I don't like about Oklahoma is how pretentious it is.
Yeah.
Just pointing at the four corner states
Mm-hmm.
in judgment.
You take your dust bowl over there, is what it said.
Yeah. It's
Historically.
just sitting there on the map, just pointing at us like it's got some kind of dirt on us.
So,
But no, we got dirt on Oklahoma. So you take your stupid little finger, you put it right back in your hand, and give it back to Texas, because why is that even there in the first place, Oklahoma?
are you familiar with why Oklahoma has a panhandle? Are you up to speed on this?
Tell me all about it.
Are you for real?
Apparently not.
Okay. So Oklahoma, by the way, I am Fred Slow. You are Van Nunley.
Yeah.
Making the show go around is decked out in all UNM gear from Night of Champions last night. Mike Vitale. Michael, how are you?
Doing well, and you guys look like you're energized after last night's Night of Champions.
Well, I think I'm having an allergies thing right now if we're going to be real transparent with each other, boys.
And I was so pumped up from last night at the Night of Champions, I just legit couldn't sleep. It took me a minute to calm down. That energy they had going there at the gym is impressive.
I tell you what, you guys got my juices going over here. I wanted to get back out there and try to clean and jerk 20 pounds, much less 200.
All right. First of all, put that on the banned words list.
Make sure you don't use jerk and juices in the same sentence with us anymore.
Yeah, just say clean that jerk. What is that?
Goodness.
Come on, Michael.
Yeah.
Know your audience.
Well, I was excited to, maybe it's another bad word. I really enjoyed your guys being out there and setting the scene for people, just listening through with you guys.
I mean, that was the goal, right? Bring the listenership in there in the gym with us and have some fun with us and show how exciting that event was. Mission accomplished.
The answer is slavery, though. They wanted to be above the Mason-Dixon line, so it put them slightly above where Missouri ended, and that allowed Oklahoma, if they so choose to be a slave state. But then whenever they decided not to, that's whenever we got into, okay, we're just going to oppress Native American populations. That's the whole panhandle story.
Yeah. I'm very familiar with the Trail of Tears, and I'm very familiar with their position on slavery.
Yeah.
But I want to know about the panhandle, just the finger part.
That's what it is, to stay.
Does that strip of land suck so bad that not even Texas want it?
That is correct.
Is that why they gave it to? What is there?
So it's known as a lot of things. It's known as no man's land, number one.
Yeah, okay, duh.
Yeah, for a long time it was the public land strip. I don't know if you're familiar with that. So that was, no one's going to buy anything out here.
Is it like an Area 50 thing before they moved it to 51?
Yeah, I think so. And like, if you say the word extreme to me, obviously I think like pro wrestling. I'm like, okay, ECW, like obviously. No, this is just like
More Than Words, the beautiful song by
More Than Words.
Yeah.
Was that close?
I think that's pretty close.
Also, it's such a stupid part of Oklahoma. Literally, the county there is named Texas County. That's not even Oklahoma. That's Texas.
Do they rent it out? They got to pay rent to own that little strip of land? That nothing's there. There's not a river. There's not a lake.
Yeah, right.
There's not a city.
Well,
it's just a strip of nothing.
It's 3 counties, and they make up only 0.77% of the population of Oklahoma. Not even 1 full percent of the population of Oklahoma lives in this dumb strip of Oklahoma. 505-246-0610. If you're an Okie, which, by the way, up there with Hoosier as far as stupid state nicknames, reach out to the program. Tell us how you love the Panhandle.
By the way, Friday we had back-to-back Sooners on the program.
Sooner than what?
Both pitch for the Isotopes. Yeah.
166 miles
I
long.
guarantee you neither of those gentlemen have ever been in that strip of land because they know better. That's the first thing they teach you
Yeah,
at OU
you don't.
is don't go in this part of this country.
When you go to OU, they go, no, you.
You don't go.
Yeah, don't go there. And also the north to south of it, what is that, lateral or lateral?
Longitude.
Longitudinal? Long?
Lateral
Is only 34 miles. So that's like marathon adjacent. Like that's like marathon plus.
That's Bernalillo to Santa Fe.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
That's not very far.
Nope.
I don't think your math is right on that.
Well, it's 45.
I guess it's pretty close to right.
North to Albuquerque.
Yeah.
The bottom of Santa Fe is 45.
The largest town in the Panhandle is called Guymon, which is, I believe, a Jamaican settlement.
Sure.
I believe.
Yeah.
It's the county seat of Texas County, Oklahoma.
Number one export is the ganja
So
from Oklahoma.
unfortunate.
You didn't see that coming, did you?
No, I did not. Yeah, anyways, I'm going to spend about no time ever in the Panhandle of Oklahoma. From the live chat, people agree.
I think I-40 goes through there, so you do go through it, I think.
No, it stops right below it and goes due south.
Yeah, you
to
familiar
get
with
away,
Amarillo?
Get away from that garbage.
You want a
strip of land.
72-ounce steak or do you want Oklahoma?
Hey, I've tried that. That's too much to eat.
All right, first of all, Michael, just because you tried it doesn't mean it was too much. It just means you failed, okay? You can do
Because it was
everything
too
right.
much.
You can do everything right in life and still fail. I know that is true. I'm an example.
By the way, if you are on the live stream watching us on StreamYard or Facebook Live or
Yeah.
wherever you get your live video,
Welcome to the program.
welcome to the program. It still has last night's title. So we didn't go back in time and do the show again. It does say we are live from the UNM Night of
shoot,
Champions,
that's my fault.
but that's fine.
I jumped right in.
It's actually today. Today we're bagging on Oklahoma. We got
and
3 hours of this.
and the 103rd median. Right, boys? Right? No? Yeah, well.
It's about states' rights.
Hey, states' rights are about to go crazy right now. Because all those dumb, crappy states that everyone tries to avoid, us not included,
No, we're great.
we're insanely great
We're probably the best one.
of the states.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
I was to rank states, I put us top 5.
Easily.
Today's I-9 varsity is the
I was
I-9,
trying to think of 2 that are better.
the I-9 varsity of states. Okay,
Okay.
that's today's I-9 varsity is the I-9 varsity of states. Get that at 6:45, where we will
Just jotted that
we
down.
will rank the best states. Because big elephant in the room, Michael, and we're going to talk about Night of Champions. Don't think we're not. We're going to talk about the Ice Wolves' big win last night, winning Game 5.
yeah.
Are you kidding me?
That's
Yep.
huge.
4-2 in an exciting go-away fashion. Oh my gosh. Also, maybe I'll bring this up whenever we bring it up, but if you want to see per capita, the most people hitting a vape pen, you go to the intermission of an Ice Wolves hockey game and all these people stepping out on the patio.
Yeah.
Interesting.
There was a hockey fan, which, by the way, doesn't want to be a fan of anything but hockey. Hockey fan loves that they love
Very
hockey,
passionate fans.
and they're passionate about not loving anything else.
That makes total sense.
Yes,
Besides vape pens.
they love.
Allegedly. I
vape
wasn't
pens.
there. I wasn't there.
So you know that patio outside the Outpost Ice Arenas where there's like that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to shoot you real straight on this.
It's a wonderful little overlook. They
It's
have
a cool overlook.
Yeah.
Needs better patio furniture. You need something metal and you need it locked down. I don't need people moving all the chairs to one table. That's not how this thing works.
You don't do well with scraping noises.
Oh gosh, no.
No.
No. You ever put nails on a chalkboard?
What kind of nails? Like copper,
Brad's.
iron,
Brad's.
brads?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope. Oh god, I just gave my own self goosebumps.
There's nothing worse than someone who lives above you and they have the chairs and they screech
And a nail
like
gun?
crazy.
Also, did I just do tantric nail stimulation to myself?
I think you did.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yes.
So the big story, that's the big story of today, is Supreme Court justices
One or multiple of them.
Dog, enough of them, allegedly, and this isn't even alleged, it's been confirmed. They're about to overturn Roe v. Wade. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now?
What the story is, from what I understand, it was a leak on purpose.
A Politico leak on purpose.
Yes.
Someone in the House said, and I don't mean the House of Representatives, I mean the House of the Supreme Court justices in the know. And I'm like, this is the only story that matters in the world. I'm going to be real transparent right now. Like, if you're currently listening to this program and you possess, I don't know, a uterus, like, this is a story that applies to you, Taurus.
Nice.
I got you. And that's the thing about it is, like, how do you keep change like this from happening? How do you keep a negative impact that has been a law in this country for 49 freaking years? How do you go to Sammy Alito, who's writing this thing up, and go, hey, homeboy, already a law, big dog. You can't just make your own laws. This isn't the United States of Sammy. I should have said Alito because that would make more sense. The United States of America. Blew that one. But
I got 2 hours and 45 minutes left.
I'm burned, dog. I'm so mad about this thing right now. Where is like that? There should already be sports and sports adjacent individual that is up in arms about this thing. And normally I'm like, hey, give it a bleed. Figure it out. Make sure you got the facts right. This has been confirmed. Where are you at, LeBron?
You know, I think the wave is coming, because this is just day one.
Should be here.
Because, you know, the LeBrons of the world, the Jay-Z's of the world, the people who everyone is listening to,
Mm-hmm.
they got to sit down with their publicist. They got to sit down with their team for a day. They're not just going to jump on it immediately and do something damaging to their image. But the wave is coming, and I guarantee you.
Damaging with their image? They all had response when Will Smith was smacking your boy Chris Rock around in about 5 seconds.
His mental health is not the populace's responsibility.
Also, Roe v. Wade has already been handled. That's established law. Like, what are you doing? And you're lying to get into the spot. I'm not even going to go into that right now. What I'm going to go into, because we're a sports-based show, is who is that person? Who is that person in the world of sports or sports adjacency who comes out and says, no.
Damn right.
Time to rise up. And by rise up, I don't mean storm the Capitol.
Sure.
No, I mean go to the polls. Midterms are coming. Hey, and if you can't do it at a federal level, you do it at your state level. You call MLG and you say, hey, MLG, put this on the books. States' rights secede, supersede. Secede would be leave.
Mm-hmm.
They tried that once.
Yeah.
That didn't work out.
Didn't go great.
State rights supersede.
To the panhandle of Oklahoma.
Okay. If that panhandle was to secede from Oklahoma, that'd be the best thing that ever happened to Oklahoma.
Probably be the best thing that happened to the panhandle.
Oh. Also, Oklahoma has some fine highways. They do have a toll system. I recognize that, but I like the idea that people that utilize it pay for it. I think that's the way like public services could work.
That's how you're describing how tolls work.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it goes to something. Also, New Mexico has really good highways too, and I feel like people locally feel like they don't. But have you ever driven in a place with poor highways?
Well, look, New Mexico is just so lovely in every way that you got to find something to complain about.
Here?
Yeah.
I cannot. I need the forest fires to go out. That's a freaking fact.
That's one.
That's 100% the thing I need.
Rain,
Michael.
Yeah.
You know anyone? Can you make that happen? Get some rain in the mix. Oh, I can
Seed
say
clouds.
what is that? Cumulus? That's where we work.
Yeah.
Speaking of making it rain, I tell you, when I saw John Bones Jones at the club,
Nice.
we better go to the break.
Breeding grinders in the news. We got a fun one today joining us at 5 o'clock. Winton Bernard. You're like, Winton, friend of the show, Winton, who plays for the Isotopes? Yes.
Yeah.
That Winton Bernard. He's going to join us. And you're like, well, Fred, why? The Isotopes already played it. He's a freaking player of the week in the
Player of the week, baby.
He's like the freaking best baseball player on the whole freaking planet. You need me to prove it? Also, best baseball player in the National League for Major League Baseball, Nolan Arenado last month. He is an absolute terror to anyone who has to look him physically in the eye and oppose him.
The best player in the major leagues and the best player in the minor leagues are both named Nolan, and they're both third basemen for the Cardinals. Is that creepy or what?
Ooh, I don't like that.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't like what you just, I have sweatier palms than whenever you started saying that.
Yep.
2 Men On live from the John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studio. We're powered by New Mexico Pinion Coffee. We play on Team I-9, and we start our days at the YMCA of Central New Mexico. It's 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
For traffic right now, we do have a few slow spots here in the metro to make you aware of. Westbound on I-40, as you approach Coors, you're starting to see slowdowns. They're going to last until Unser. Southbound on I-25 between Osuna and Montgomery is moving slow, and a bit of a slow go right now northbound on I-25 from Gibson to about Lomas.
Are you ready to make home homier? Get it done with home equity. Kirtland Federal Credit Union can help with a home equity loan or line of credit. Learn more at kirtlandfcu.org/home equity. Kirtland Federal Credit Union. You belong. An equal housing lender. Membership eligibility required.
This report is brought to you by Kirtland Federal Credit Union.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Shop in store or online at AmericanHome.com. They guarantee you'll pay less. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Sports Animal and JPR Decorative Gravel present the Rockin' Brew Book Drive. Help us put books in the hands of kids for summer. And you can save some cash at your favorite breweries, too. Bring new or gently used children's books to participating breweries, and you'll receive $1 off each beer you buy that day. Breweries like Sidetrack Brewing or Either Quarter Celtic Brew Pub, plus lots more. Save $1 off a beer and help our community at the same time. Get the full list of drop-off locations online now at sportsanimалabq.com.
You're the one everyone looks to for answers. Come rain or shine, the job must get done, and you're the one who makes it happen. We get you, Jackie in Fresno, putting your employee safety first, and Maddie in Chattanooga, whose local Granger team knows him by name. We're here for you and all the ones who get it done, with 24/7 customer support and access to product specialists to help you find what you need. Call, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, I'm Ariana. A little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Spicy Southwest salad is when I take a bite, it's like, wow, I'm getting a punch from the roasted corn. I'm getting a kick from the spicy chicken. It's just great.
Hi, this is Tori. A little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Cobb salad is the avocado lime dressing. It adds to the chicken, the bacon, and the roasted corn. It takes the salad to a whole nother level.
Order a salad for delivery on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Cinco de Mayo is all about celebrating Mexican heritage and Hispanic culture and traditions. In other words, food and partying. If you're going to celebrate Cinco de Mayo this year, plan ahead and take a ride on us. Together, we can end DWI. 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal, has partnered with Bernalillo County Department of Behavioral Health Services, Sandoval County DWI Prevention, and Ron Bell Injury Lawyers to help end DWI. Open the Uber app now, and under vouchers, enter the code CINCO22, Cinco 22, in all caps. Then, if your Cinco de Mayo turns into Drinko de Mayo, request an Uber and we'll pay up to $10 for your ride. The offer is good for the first 750 people who use the code between Thursday, May 5th at noon and Monday, May 9th at 3 a.m., and it's good for up to 2 rides per person. So try some traditional Mexican foods this year, drink a little Mexican tequila, and reflect on all the wonderful things this Hispanic culture has given us, and then take a ride on us. Together, we can end DWI.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. When you're hurt in a car wreck, time matters. The amount of time it takes you to call for help, the amount of time it takes you to get medical treatment, and the amount of time it takes you to call an attorney can all affect the value of your case. We have a team of professionals and a network of experts who are waiting to begin working on your case the moment you call. The faster you call us, the faster we can get you all the money you deserve. In a wreck, need a check? Call Little Row Injury Attorneys today at 544-4444. We're available 24/7.
Row can get you more. Call 544-4444.
Insurance Research Council, July 2014.
The Duke City's home for sports.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
That's a yes.
This is 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
And you're up.
Back on the program. So the Supreme Court drafts this opinion that's going to overturn Roe v. Wade. By the way, drafted it before it's even like presented to them. So let's put that in perspective if we're going to put something in perspective.
Yeah. Don't you have a job? Like, do the stuff on your plate.
Figure
like,
it out.
Invent new problems for us.
So the world of sports reacts, and here's the thing. I'm in the world of sports, and here's the thing, and it's coming in on the texter. What does Roe v. Wade have to do with sports? And then, by the way, my favorite thing about the texter is when you don't know how to make a point, you go to name calling.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. You lack articulation. You don't know how to convey a point.
Sure.
Somebody hasn't regurgitated this to you yet from your conservative talk fandom so that you know what to say. So you go to name calling. I 100% get that. If you don't know what Roe v. Wade has to do with sports, maybe because you think it's a boxing match. That's why you don't get it. But when Natasha Cloud, who, by the way, you're like, who's Natasha Cloud? Here's the thing. You're not really a sports fan.
Sure.
You're a fan of the NFL. When Natasha Cloud, who plays for the Mystics, WNBA champion, when Sue Bird is coming out, when all of these gals in the world of sports come out immediately and they start condemning those who are condemning them, that's when it's a sports story. Shut up and dribble. How about this?
Yep.
When Billie Jean King, go ahead.
Just keep hearing it. You just keep hearing it over and over again. I mean, this is going to be, I tell you, there's going to be a tidal wave tomorrow of people speaking out on this, and just get ready for it. We're warning you now.
Yeah. Hey,
we're telling you now that this transcends sports, and it will be intertwined with sports, because this is going to be the biggest story, if not the whole world, in this country for a long time coming.
If Roe falls, millions of Americans immediately lose access to critical reproductive care. That's the bottom line. That's what it means. And you're like, Fred, what does that mean? I just said it in as simplistic of terms as you can hear. And here's the thing. Billie Jean King's also saying it. Here's the thing. Everyone in the world of sports is saying it. So what this does is this creates what? A movement. And then what does the movement do? The movement is go to your locals, go to your local government, go to your current government, go to your national government, or excuse me, go to the federal government. And you start making those moves and you appoint those people. And this to come out right now, by the way, it's not leaked on accident. Politico knows what they're doing. We got to excite this leaning bias. And I know a lot of the conversation, I get the emails from everyone who listens. Fred's too progressive. What's he doing? Well, here's the thing. Fred's not progressive, but Fred is only going to help people. And if you identify that as progressive and you identify that as a negative, you're missing it. You're missing life. Look around you. It's all around you.
Wanting to help people, wanting people to have better lives, wanting people to have health care, wanting people to be educated. That's not some progressive liberal, like I'm dying on this talking point. You want people to have better lives. That is simple.
And then the world of frustration that is around that. And I'm not going to be the guy who's like, hey, I'm only going to go to Deadspin for articles because I know how Deadspin rolls. Like, no, I don't need my source of information there. What I need to do is see if the people in the community that claim to support issues such as this are supporting them. I don't see you yet, LeBron. And I will very much recognize, I'm just using LeBron.
Sure.
But I will very much recognize the, hey, what's a man to say about a woman's right, blah, blah. I very much get all that. I'm not going to dismiss it. You don't need it explained to me. But what I'm going to say is you cannot claim, Colin Kaepernick, that you are for the rights of everyone if you're not on this one. Because they're all the same. You don't get to pick and choose if you are trying to be righteous. Because those individuals who claim to be righteous, which, by the way, I often have your back, you can't drop it on this one. The same way when I'm like, hey, forget LeBron and forget China. It's the same idea. You're not righteous. You're cherry picking. Right. Don't cherry pick. Go. Be a good guy or be a bad guy. I'm a big WWE guy. Figure it out.
I saw some statistics today. 40% of this country agrees with the woman's right to choose. 13% believes it is not an issue that anyone gets to decide on. And then there's a big gray area in the middle. Let's talk about 40% versus 13%. How is this 13% of the country able to sway the views of this whole country? And if you want to choose any reason you have on your thoughts on this issue, I'll give you a big one. When you think conception starts, scientific question, et cetera, et cetera. I don't care what you think about that opinion.
Right.
I agree with you that, hey, every child should be born. But I don't agree with you until they all have health care, until they all have housing, until they all can get an education. You do those things for me, go crazy. Go crazy. But if you can't take care of the kid once it's born, you have no argument. You have no argument against the mother who can't take care of it.
Also, like, quality of life is obviously a thing.
Sure.
Yeah. There's a million reasons to do what you need to do for yourself. And I'm not even going to say what that thing is because I don't know. From the live chat, the Supreme Court will settle this once and for all. Here's the thing. It's been settled.
It's been settled.
Already
a
settled.
Long time ago.
49 years ago.
Yeah.
Settled.
Do you think new data has came out since then to change this? No.
And what you're going to happen is you're going to get a weird political swing, which I don't want to exist. I don't want to have to go through the the House passes, because the House will, there's enough votes. They pass that this is now a federal law. It's not just settled in the Supreme Court. And then it's going to go to the Senate, and it's not going to pass because it's filibustering. You got to have 60. And you're like, Fred, what are you talking about? It's sports talk. You have to have 60 votes. And then you go to all these states that have representatives that didn't vote that way. And now you're going to get this weird, big midterm movement. And by the way, is it all a huge distraction and not get rid of student debt? Probably.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not a conspiracy guy.
Yeah.
But where are you, Colin Kaepernick?
It's taking a lot of pertinent talking points off of the table.
Where are you, Megan Rapinoe?
What the midterm elections were really going to be about, this is taking it off the table. Now, this is going to become front and center, and you're not going to get people like us in the middle talking about it. You're going to get the two most polarized voices on each end of the spectrum yelling at each other, being completely unreasonable with each other. That's all you're going to hear now. Not the reasonable conversations that we have in this gray area in the middle.
Well, and I can't even have it because I'm telling you, I'm already outraged that those individuals in sports who so regularly claim righteousness over topics and understandings and political issues. Where are you at right now? You've had a full day. You've had one day. You know where to be with your social media team on everything else. Where are you at on this?
It's coming. I think you got to let it breathe for one full day, and it is coming tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of outspoken opposition.
Here's what I want. I want for everyone to help others. I want it to be done altruistically, specifically as it relates to the world of sport, because there's so much power in the world of sport. And I'm the guy who hosts the Sports Talk radio show and is in. I get it. I watched the draft. Here's the thing. I think it's a spectacle. I think it's a joke. I think it's a dumb billboard. I think it's done so we can make fun of former players or front office guys for the Minnesota Vikings. I get it. But you have this platform and you have to use it to help. Only help. Help everyone.
Sure. I'm in.
World of frustration on my end right now with it.
Again, I'll beat this horse into the ground. I don't want to hear your topic about when conception starts until you can guarantee me every single kid is born that is taken care of. That is education, that is healthcare, that is housing. Once you're able to take care of every kid born in this country, then you start telling me to do with what all these children are doing.
Even that path right now, though, for me is unnecessary because we don't need to go there yet. Because that conversation,
we're so far away.
We don't have to get to it.
So far away.
You're overturning what's already been turned. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
I'm not on the subject at hand. I'm on the understanding of how it works. Here's how the Supreme Court works. Oh, we're just going to change the rules.
50 years ago.
You don't get to do that. We have rules for a reason. You know what I don't love? I don't necessarily love like transgendered swimmers going from one sex to the other and competing against untransgender swimmers. I personally don't think that's the best thing in the world. Here's the thing though. The individual who's doing it, they're playing by the rules that were set.
Mm-hmm.
And because the rules are there and they're playing, what am I to do? I didn't set the rules. They're not my rules, but I recognize they're being followed. I recognize in the Olympics, they're being followed. So whatever are we supposed to do? We can just change the rules. You can't. They're already the rules.
They're already the rules.
And if you change them, because I'm a guy who can play by the rules, follow the, hey, you're asked to do so, you pay taxes, follow or like do all these things. But once you're like, I don't like the way it's working with the rules, you can't just change them.
Right.
That's what this is.
What you hear on the other side is Second Amendment, for example. You don't want a gun? Don't buy one.
Okay.
Cool. I'll use that argument. You don't want an abortion? Cool. Don't get one. But let's not overturn 50 years. 50 years.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a guy who would, like, I'll say right here on this radio show and say, I'm not at a point in my life where I would. Like, hey, when I was younger and I didn't know what's going on, but I'm now mentally and emotionally and financially, and I'm all these things stable enough to where I'm in that situation, I can handle it in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Unless there's a medical reason not to. And then I have to explore some options. But here's the thing. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about playing by the rules that is established by this country. And I so very much love this country to where you have to follow them through. And if you start trying to change them for your own agenda, as extreme or as minor as it is, that's when you lose me. And those people that are screaming out against that, LeBron freaking James, why aren't you screaming out right now?
Where's Tom Brady?
Where's Tom Brady?
Where's Serena Williams?
That's what I need.
Where's Jeannie Buss?
Where is Jeannie Buss? The list runs.
Yeah.
Fire me up. I'm gonna leave it.
We're gonna hear from everybody tomorrow.
Good.
One way or another.
I want them to. Hey, talk about it with everyone. But when you're talking, listen just as much as you're talking. And the
you're
point,
talking about listening?
oh my gosh.
You're talking about listening in this country?
Yeah.
Good luck.
And from the texter, which by the way, doubled down on the name calling because why wouldn't they?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not talking about killing anyone. I'm talking about the rules. But Fred, I can't hear that argument. I only know how to defend this one argument. I recognize that's all you know. I see you. I've never met you. I know you. I've met 100 of you. I've never met you. I know 1,000 of you. Never one time come across you. You know what else I know? Like front runners. I know front runners real well.
Sure.
Colin Kaepernick.
Mm-hmm.
Go get him. You're a champion of the people? Here are the people. You're looking right at them. I Googled it. No response. Fire me up. Freak me out. DeAndre Hawkins cheats. 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
At Lazy Boy, we're making room for new merchandise. Now save up to 50% on closeouts, overstocks, floor samples, and one-of-a-kinds. All on sale. It's the Inventory Overstock Sell-Off. Lazy Boy, live life comfortably.
This report brought to you by Lazy Boy and the Inventory Overstock Sell-Off.
Well, traffic right now, westbound on I-40 between Rio Grande and Unser, we're starting to see more and more slowdowns in that area, so watch out as you make your way through there. Southbound on I-25 between Osuna and Montgomery, that's moving slow. And slowdowns right now northbound on I-25 between Gibson and Lomas. Elsewhere, your river crossings are all moving up to speed. And north of the city between Albuquerque and Santa Fe, I-25 looks good in both directions. Computers are great tools until they don't work. Computer Corner has the experts to handle software and hardware problems, fix desktops, laptops, printers, recover data, and protect against viruses. Schedule your repair at compcorner.com or call 881-2333. This report is sponsored by Computer Corner. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, the largest selection of in-stock furniture in the state, locally owned and operated. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Telling it like it is.
What's going to happen in 1 year? You're going to be looking into his numbers, and they're going to look like Goff in L.A. with McVay. Now you're going to say to yourself, well, Goff got to a Super Bowl. Or Jimmy did. Yeah, in the NFC. Have you seen the AFC lately? This system makes B-minus quarterbacks look like A quarterbacks or A-minus quarterbacks.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays at 1 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
O'Reilly. If your wiper blades are smearing and streaking, stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts to save $8 instantly on a pair of Rain-X Latitude wiper blades. Our professional parts people will even install them for you for free. Improve visibility and save money with Rain-X Latitude wiper blades. Visit O'Reilly Auto Parts or shop online at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. I want to speak to the dads who are being denied access to their kids, excluded from key parenting decisions, are contending with child support issues. In all of these cases, doing nothing is probably not a good strategy. The law has given you rights, but you have to assert them. If the challenge is the cost of an attorney, Cordell & Cordell offers a capped fee option. Give us a call.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Albuquerque area attorneys. 6565 America's Parkway Northeast, Suite 900, Albuquerque, New Mexico, 87110.
As we move into the warmer months, the active months, you're going to be moving more, doing more. Gentlemen, are you ready? Are you your best you? It's Jeff Symbieta. And guys, if you're not quite the best you can be, if you're tired too often, maybe dealing with hair loss, weight gain, depression, or even erectile dysfunction, NewMale can help you. In fact, NewMale has helped thousands of men all around the country with these exact things, these natural things. Give them a call at 505-652-1688, 505-652-1688, or visit NewMale. That's NUMALE.com. Making the call sometimes is the hardest part. Don't make excuses. Make the call, because once you do and you visit NewMale, you're going to realize the process is easy, it's comfortable, and it works. Guys, that's the best part about NewMale. It works. The results are real, and men everywhere are feeling better. The number is 505-652-1688. Enjoy being active. Enjoy being you again. Call NewMale at 505-652-1688 or visit newmail.com and feel better.
You're the one everyone looks to for answers. Come rain or shine, the job must get done, and you're the one who makes it happen. We get you, Jackie in Fresno, putting your employee safety first, and Maddie in Chattanooga, whose local Granger team knows him by name. We're here for you and all the ones who get it done with 24/7 customer support and access to product specialists to help you find what you need. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, I'm Ariana. A little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Spicy Southwest salad is when I take a bite, it's like, wow, I'm getting a punch from the roasted corn. I'm getting a kick from the spicy chicken. It's just great.
Hi, this is Tori. A little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Cobb salad is the avocado lime dressing. It adds to the chicken, the bacon, and the roasted corn. It takes the salad to a whole nother level.
Order a salad for delivery on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Do you think you have COVID-19? Are you suffering from symptoms like cough, fever, shortness of breath, sore throat, or chills? Knowing if you have COVID-19 can help you seek proper treatment and prevent the virus from spreading to your family and community. You should get tested if you have symptoms of COVID-19 or have been in close contact with someone who tested positive for COVID-19. Don't wait. Find a test near you at findatestnm.org. That's findatestnm.org.
This is where New Mexico comes for sports. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
The only way to get any better at anything is to frickin' cheat. So DeAndre Hopkins, you familiar with this cat?
I'm very well aware.
Also,
he's one of the best to do it right
all
now.
right, hold up on that.
There's a reason.
He is not one of the best to do it. Why are you going with that angle?
He's like a top 5 guy. He's a difference maker.
Everyone is a Pro Bowler. I want to make sure we're on the same page with that. He's
an all-proer. Pro Bowler is a consolation prize for the losers that don't go to the playoffs. He's an all-pro level guy. That's a legit honor.
Okay, I'm hearing you because I wasn't prepared for that thought process, and I will say yes.
Okay.
But also keep in mind, please, that he was a Pro Bowler, and guys like Mitchell Trubisky have been Pro Bowlers.
Sure.
That
like
does
I
not
said,
matter.
You're backing me up. Thank you.
Also, like now when you breaking news on like someone getting suspended or doing something stupid, they put up like a big smiling picture of them in a tweet with a cool like Captain America style font of like breaking news. Suspended 6 games. Who's going to tell me what he was doing? That's what I need to know. Because everywhere I'm looking, no one is like, hey, it was this specific thing. Is this performance enhancers? Is this recreational? But DeAndre Hopkins, he caught 6 of them. Games, not balls. And he's going to be suspended from the NFL for some time. And you would have to think Arizona knew this one was coming, right?
Well, I mean, maybe it's just Rodgers' punch a karma cleanse. His essential oil enema, and there was like some illegal substances in there.
That stuff's outlawed.
Yeah. After Rodgers did it.
So I guess what the Texans ended up winning that trade overall, right? No, not for 6 games.
It'll probably be cut down to 3.
Is that how the?
Yeah, sure. It'll probably be cut down to 3, and we just figured out why they traded for Hollywood Brown. Because they already knew this was coming.
Yeah, you would think. And Kyler Murray had to have known it was coming too, because he has been on the hey, help me out bandwagon, because he knew he was about to play, which I guess is now a third of the season without one of the best. If Kyler Murray right now is like, hey, I'm not going to get it, what are the Cardinals going to do but pay him? They have to pay him, because what else do you have? You have nothing else on this field. There's a lot going on in Arizona. You can have fun that's not at a football game.
And this is a bummer for DeAndre Hopkins because he always seemed like a voice of reason guy. He always seemed like a character guy. Great teammate. He dealt great with all that Texans stuff. But he's just saying the cliched stuff that somebody who's guilty, who's going to take their punishment says.
Also, and I want to make sure I got this right, wasn't it like the whole wide receiver core in Houston like all got caught with PEDs like a year ago, or am I making that up? Or was it 2 years ago? But it was like
he was already gone.
Well, he was gone.
Yeah.
But
he opened up the playbook to them.
AJ and Fuller and that Roby kid, like they all got caught with stuff, and he was like in the mix right before that. So you can't fall far from that mailman. That's my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but if you pick up a practice beforehand, what's going to make you surrender that practice as you move forward? You've already found success with it.
I remember after the big Balco story came out that a couple of the guys who were hooking people up with dope and hooking people up with the clear and hooking people up with the cover, he came out and said the only reason people get busted is when they go off their regiment.
Yeah, when you cycle wrong.
And DeAndre, like Bing, 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 had a keyword, said, have always taken a holistic approach. So I'm like, well, holistic approach, that doesn't cover up whatever you're taking.
No, that's the...
You're talking Panchakarma cleanse.
Yep, that's what I was literally about to say.
That's the keyword for holistic.
Joining us in the friend of the show hotline, Mailman, welcome. How are you?
What's happening, fellas?
What's up, my dude?
So I decided I was going to go ahead and pay y'all that call that we said we discussed about the draft after Night of Champions, and thoughts and prayers go out to everybody up in the Great North.
A little bit.
And if y'all could arrange some cloud seating, they'll gladly take it, I'm sure.
And a little bit of update, I talked to New Mexico Highlands Athletic Director Andrew Ealing today, and he was saying that the way that the winds have turned as of today, they're looking to have like an 18 to 24 hour, like pretty okay window right in front of them. They don't know what's going to happen after that, but that's very good for the city of Las Vegas.
Yeah, but we don't have enough water yet to put out all the fires that's burning in New Mexico.
There is that. That's
correct.
We could dump Coach T Lake. We could dump McAllister and all the other lakes up north, and we could turn around and dump Elephant Butte, and we probably still wouldn't have enough water to put it all out.
It's crazy when you put it in that perspective.
Sure.
Yeah, if you think about it, I mean, one of those fires was like 48,000 acres. I mean, that is crazy how big that is. 48,000 acres. But anyway, to get back, so last week y'all did the call about Randy Orton's thingy. I had already called before y'all got to do it. So I wanted to give you my favorite Randy Orton memory.
Oh, please do.
Do you remember when, right before he became a legend killer, and I think this was right before he became legend killer, and it set him off, remember somebody gave him a race car that had his face on it? And was it Dave Bautista that broke up that race car with
It was Kofi Kingston.
Yeah, somebody broke their car with a sledgehammer or something and set him off. And I think right after that, he became legend killer and just started freaking snapping people's necks, putting people to sleep.
It was super sweet.
Was that the trigger? I mean, you have to think back to that, Fred, and do your little research and let me know. I think that was the trigger that set him off, and he became the legend killer. He just started whacking everybody.
If we apply Fast and the Furious rules to this scenario, then yes, that was the trigger. Once you destroy your race car, then you are allowed to go on a tirade of devastation and destroying.
So that set it off. So, Buddy Van, Big Dog, I'm sorry for leaving you out of that conversation right there. So I would back to Green Bay Packerdom.
I would have nothing to contribute, so that's you gave me a few minutes off. Thank you.
Yeah, so Green Bay Packerdom. What do you think? I gotta know. What do you think?
Well, they got two really good defensive pieces. They got a steal on the offensive line, and they got my dude Christian, baby. They got my target for the whole draft. They listened to me. They finally they responded to all my emails.
3, maybe 4 years before he pans out. Does Rodgers have that long to wait for him to pan out?
Yeah, he's going to be great. He's only going to need a few games. He's that talented. He's a freak athlete. And he was at a running school, so he didn't get there's not a lot of tape on him to show how talented he is, but I love the pick. He got a receiver. There's still a couple good guys out there if they think they need more help. Also, I don't know. I don't friggin' know.
and we got to cut you loose, mailman. Because
they got two guys from Georgia. They got two guys on defense from Georgia, and apparently the whole NFL is doing that, so good on them.
I can tell you.
I can like everybody took Georgia.
Mailman, we're at the break. I can tell you this. For a long time, Mailman Steelers, you're going to hear Pickett to Austin. Pickett to Austin is going to be a thing in Pittsburgh for some time to come.
Sure.
Like that to me, the Steelers did it the way that you do a draft. Like you go get guys who will contribute from the skill position.
Mailman was asking you about Randy Orton, right?
Yeah.
Randy Orton's race car.
Yes.
I wonder if you know what race car is spelt backwards.
Whenever we get back, we'll tell you that and so much more. 2 Men on Live from the John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studio. We're powered by New Mexico Opinion Coffee. We play on Team I-9, and we start our days at the YMCA. It's 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Are you a safe driver? Are you looking to save money? With DriveWise from Allstate, the safer you drive, the more you can save. At Allstate, better protection costs a whole lot less. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today. This report is sponsored by Allstate.
Well, traffic right now, westbound on I-40, we're seeing those slowdowns get a little worse. Slowdowns now starting there around 2nd Street and going all the way down until Unser, so do be aware of that if you're headed in that direction this afternoon. Southbound on I-25, Osuna to Montgomery is moving slow. Northbound on I-25, Gibson to about Lomas, that's a slow go as well. And starting to see more and more congestion now westbound on Paseo, starting around Jefferson and lasting until the river.
We're all moving a little faster now.
Trust the team that's going to keep up with you on KOAT Action 7 News.
We're proud to bring you coverage you can count on from across New Mexico.
Like a weather forecast that's certified most accurate and proven every day.
Start your day with more in the morning.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Shop in store or online at AmericanHome.com. They guarantee you'll pay less. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Jim Rome with the CBS Sports Minute. Losing Game 1 in Miami without Joel Embiid was totally understandable for the 76ers and Doc Rivers. Sure, Doc still had to answer for having Joel in the game late against Toronto in a beatdown, but that had already happened, so he had to find somebody to play in his place. He chose DeAndre Jordan. Philly fan hated the idea at the time and then really hated it when they saw him go minus 22 in 17 minutes. I'm Jim Rome.
Sports Animal and JPR Decorative Gravel present the Rockin' Brew Book Drive. Help us put books in the hands of kids for summer. And you can save some cash at your favorite breweries, too. Bring new or gently used children's books to participating breweries, and you'll receive $1 off each beer you buy that day. Breweries like Sidetrack Brewing or Either Quarter Celtic Brew Pub, plus lots more. Save $1 off a beer and help our community at the same time. Get the full list of drop-off locations online now at sportsanimalabq.com.
These days, it's getting harder and harder to find savings. But you may have more cash than you realize in your home's equity. Unlock it today with a cash-out refinance from Rocket Mortgage. In the last year, average home values have gone up nearly 20%. That means you could unlock thousands of dollars from your home. And with Rocket Mortgage, you could get all that cash in as little as 3 weeks. Put your hard-earned money to work. Pay down high-interest debt and combine your balances into one simple, low monthly payment. Now is your perfect opportunity to take control of your financial future. So what are you waiting for? When you want to consolidate debt and simplify your finances, Rocket can. Call 8338-ROCKET today or go to rocketmortgage.com to get started. That's 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com. Rocket. Call for cost information and conditions. The Equal Housing Lender, licensed in all 50 states, and MLSConsumerAccess.org, number 3030. Call 800-490-1233 for disclosures and cost information.
Cards issued by Celtic Bank, member FDIC. Are you the decision maker in your company? Consider this. For the first time in decades, there's a better option for a corporate card and spend management platform. Meet Ramp, the only corporate card and spend management system designed to help you spend less money so you can make more. Most corporate credit cards offer points as incentives, but those points amount to less than their worth in real cash value. Ramp's credit cards offer you cash back, real money in your pocket. Plus, you control who spends what with each vendor. And Ramp's software
30
receipts automatically, which means you'll stop wasteful spending and close your books in hours instead of days. Businesses that use Ramp add up to 3.3% to their bottom line the first year. If you're a decision maker, adding Ramp could be one of the best decisions you've ever made. And now get $250 when you join Ramp for free. Just go to ramp.com,
Here we go.
ramp.com/sports. ramp.com/sports.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays at 1.
Identity, you have none. What's your
We got 4.5 minutes here. You're up.
FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Wynn and Bernard will join the program in about, what, Michael, like 10 minutes?
Yes.
Finishing up our NFL talk. There's a lot of Steelers fans out there. I think the Steelers hit it. I think the Steelers draft was a legit draft. Get skill guys, get guys who can go. Like you said, man, get Georgia guys. The Michigan State kid looks real good. There's something there.
I mean, this is like opening day of baseball, right? It's like the day after the draft. If you're a fan of your team, you can make any excuse that like, hey, this is the perfect fit, like I just did about the Packers. They got a receiver I liked, even though he was the 9th, 10th, 11th receiver ranked by most draft experts. He was my guy. He was a guy I like. I like his skill set. So just because they got my guy, I'm positive about this whole draft. Out of 12 picks, we got a receiver I liked and 2 defensive players from Georgia. So now I'm friggin' stoked.
And all that analysis stuff, that's just all that it is. Just conjecture analysis.
It's speculation.
That's all
because,
it is.
What is it? 52% of first round picks are still starting for their team.
I have no idea.
And then like 60% of undrafted players are on rosters in NFL leagues. That means more players who weren't drafted are on NFL rosters right now than people who were drafted. So every year isn't amazing way to turn your franchise around. These are all lottery tickets. Some are more likely than the others. Some organizations are better than reading talent. It's just like everyone's all tied opening day. Everyone has hope. Even the loser Cincinnati Reds. You had hope 3 weeks ago. You guys had a sprinkle of hope. Now look what happened.
And you see the teams year in and year out. Like, let's just take our Packers, for instance, Van. How well of an organization where they like to draft and develop. It doesn't look like it's who is that person? Who's Christian Watson? But you'll find out in a couple of years by the way the system that they work and draft and develop.
Yeah, and I'm writing this down. 5-3 at 4:52. I said Christian Watson was my guy. And we time-stamped every time that I said Christian Watson was my guy, right? And by the way, he's not really my guy that hard because one time last week I called him Christian Walker. And I got called out for it.
Also, the thing about Christian Watson, who's going to catch like a cool, fun nickname from everyone, he's forever going to be compared to a kick returner from Kansas State, Jordy Nelson. And he's not Jordy Nelson. He's not built like Jordy Nelson.
Nope.
He don't play like Jordy Nelson.
Nope.
But same color as Jordy Nelson, white guy. So you're going to go out there and they're going to be like,
well, Christian Watson's like Derek Jeter white.
Yeah, I'm telling you how Green Bay fan is, though.
Okay. That's an excellent point.
Yeah. And he's going to get all these weird comparisons forever. And you're going to be like, this is literally a different type of athlete. This is a different type of player. This is like if Greg Jennings had size. He never had size. This is like if...
Well, I mean, like I've heard a lot over my lifetime. He's a good size.
Okay. That's nice. I'm just saying there is a certain type of receiver that the Packers have never had. This is it. 6'5".
This is the one.
Michael Finley, they had as a tight end early on in Rodgers' career.
You're talking about Bubba Franks? You want to talk about Bubba Franks right now?
He was a good blocker.
I root for anybody named Bubba.
Same.
If you didn't know, like, loyal listener will break the fourth wall right here. My family's nickname for me when I was younger was Bubba.
Aww.
Growing up in Texas.
Aww.
So any Bubba has a special place in my heart.
That's a good panhandle name too.
Bubba Franks, Bubba Watson. Hubba Bubba Gum. Like, I hope they get better than, Yike Stripes or whatever.
Bubba Gump Shrimp.
Bubba Gump Shrimp is obviously the best shrimp.
It's obviously the best shrimp. You know why? Boil it. Fry it. I mean, I'm glad the draft is over. That's how I feel. Because you and I...
Music.
A sports talk show. We have to watch college football games to have an understanding of what's going on.
Correct.
We don't have an understanding of any of these players are. We don't have an understanding of projections or ideas. We do it professionally. This whole thing's crazy. When Bernard...
Hey, you didn't watch a lot of South Dakota State University games last year?
No.
You can't just pull from your own innate memory of Christian Watson for your draft.
30.
Okay.
When we get back, Wynn Bernard. Also, congratulations getting through the workday. 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Computer Corner is honoring everyday heroes in May. Veterans, first responders, healthcare workers, and law enforcement get a free diagnostic with the promo code HERO. Just bring your ID to Computer Corner. Call 881-2333 or
Fred, is Wynn going to call?
.com. This report is sponsored by...
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Well, traffic right now. Westbound on I-40, we're seeing those slowdowns get a little worse. Slowdowns now starting there around 2nd Street and going all the way down until Unser, so do be aware of that if you're headed in that direction this afternoon. Southbound on I-25, Osuna to Montgomery is moving slow. Northbound on I-25, Gibson to about Lomas, that's a slow go as well. And starting to see more and more congestion now westbound on Paseo, starting around Jefferson and lasting until the river.
Are you ready to make home homier? Get it done with home equity. Kirtland Federal Credit Union can help with a home equity loan or line of credit. Learn more at kirtlandfcu.org/home equity. Kirtland Federal Credit Union. You belong. An equal housing lender. Membership eligibility required.
This report is brought to you by Kirtland Federal Credit Union.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, the largest selection of in-stock furniture in the state, locally owned and operated. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Jim Rome with your Rome Report. Stop me if you've heard this one before, but Chris Paul played in a game last night and somebody got drilled right in the junk. However, plot twist, this time it was not Paul, it was Jay Crowder. Pretty blatant and an obvious cause for ejection, right? He stayed in the game. It was only a flagrant one. You know who saw that and had a reaction? Draymond Green, of course. He fired off a series of tweets. There was the eyes emoji, then a string of crying, laughing emojis, then, quote, been ejected for less, end of quote. And he's so right. And it proves Draymond's point that he is getting reffed on reputation. And if you think he's going to change that reputation and how he plays, then you do not know Draymond. Golden State feeds off that energy. And there's a reason why he's one of their leaders both on and off the floor. And it's because of the way he plays. Draymond, don't change. Then again, I know you won't.
Do you think all premium fuels are the same? Well, your engine doesn't. Shell V-Power Nitro Plus helps keep your engine running like new because it's engineered to defend against 4 main engine threats: gunk, wear, corrosion, and friction. So next time, choose Shell's most advanced fuel ever. It's fuel for thought. In engines that continuously use Shell V-Power Nitro Plus premium gasoline.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights, trunk lids, license plate holders, 122 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Are you 50 years or older? The New Mexico Department of Health recommends that you receive a second COVID-19 booster. If it's been 4 months since your first booster, it's time to schedule your second. Individuals that are 50 years of age or older have an increased risk of severe COVID-19 illness. This is especially important for individuals with underlying medical conditions. Your health risk is lowest when you stay up to date with your COVID-19 vaccines. Don't wait. Schedule your booster today at vaccinenm.org. That's vaccinenm.org.
We're all moving a little faster now.
Trust the team that's going to keep up with you on KOAT Action 7 News.
We're proud to bring you coverage you can count on from across New Mexico.
Like a weather forecast that's certified most accurate and proven every day.
Start your day with More in the Morning.
Are you a safe driver? Are you looking to save money? With DriveWise from Allstate, the safer you drive, the more you can save. At Allstate, better protection costs a whole lot less. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote.
Stand by. Here we go, guys.
KNML AM
Quentin Bernard is standing by.
Animal, proud to be a Cumulus media station.
Even if they're not that proud of us.
Now betting for the sports animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, Men On, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Robert Buck D. Gibson. This is 2 Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
Latest recipient of the 2 Men on drip, joining us on the program, Winton Bernard. Isotopes, well, I'm going to call now legend, Winton Bernard. Winton, welcome to the show.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me on.
So, I mean, what's up? You get the 2 Men on drip. You just go out there, become PCL Player of the Week. You don't even you can't take no pressies in like your 2 Men on shirt. Like, what's the deal?
No, I love it. I know. Yeah, I like how you put legend behind that name too. That was awesome.
That's the way it should be because you're now that you.
Oh man, I appreciate that.
Yeah, we've got you in we have a ring here. You're now a 3-timer friend of the show. So Winton Bernard, recipient of the 2 Men on drip and PCL Player of the Week.
There we go. You guys are making me blush over here.
So did you have the 2 Men on shirt underneath all week? You couldn't wash it. You couldn't take it off.
You know what's funny? I've been sleeping with it. I couldn't even put it in the laundry. You know, that's my shirt right there.
Well, and Winton, you're so superstitious because he's got one of those like duck feather down pillow like couch the homes where the little feathers come out.
Sure.
It's stuck in the shirt. He just leaves it. I can't chance it. Can't chance
right,
it, boys.
Hey, exactly.
All right, let me make sure I got these numbers right. 9 for 23, 3 doubles, 3 home runs, 11 ribbies while playing in all 6 games, Wednesday through whatever that would have been, or Tuesday through whatever that would have been. Are you kidding me? Like, are you joking me, Win? Like, what's the deal? Is it a beach ball out there right now to you?
Oh, man. I've actually really been seeing the ball well. Jordan Pacheco, our hitting coach, he's helped me out a ton. And the crazy thing was, like, 2 leadoff homers. The first night, I hit one on the first pitch, and then the second night, all the guys were like, they're not going to throw you another fastball. And you know, I talked to Todd Helton before the game. He's like, hey, you got to be ready for the fastball. Sure enough, they threw me a slider, and it just kind of hung over the plate, and I hit that second one, and that was incredible. That was the highlight of the week right there.
So have you seen any strikes? I mean, you were on fire all week, but you hit balls out of the zone, right? Because no one was pitching to you anymore.
Well, it's funny because in a couple of my bats, they weren't, and then the next at bats, it was like I told one of my best friends, I said, hey, I didn't see one fastball today. They threw me all off speed. And that was the second to last game when I went 3 for 5. I think I had 21 pitches and none of them were fastballs. They were all off speed pitches.
Talk about the analytics a little bit behind how you approach a pitcher. Like, do you go up there looking for one, like you're not going to miss the pitch you're looking for? Or is it hey, I know in this % of time he throws this pitches when there's runners on base. Like, what kind of approach do you take to knowing that you're going to go up there and have a really good shot at it?
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. Some guys are like, they'll be like 50% fastball, 50% slider. So you got to be ready to hit both. But then it's just like, maybe I'm looking up in the zone or I'm looking down in the zone. And for me, that kind of works. So sometimes I'll look for pitches like either inside or outside, or I'll look up and down. I know some other guys they just hit fastball, they just hit slider. And I kind of look at like a certain zone, and that helps me out a lot because sometimes you'll see a slider and it's just as good as a fastball. So I want to be ready to hit both.
So Winton, at what point in your heater does the hitting coach just back off and say, no, you're good. Just go. Just go.
That's actually how it's been the past couple of weeks. You know, like I've tried to bring up a few things to him. He's like, man, you're fine. He's like, you're doing great. Like, you don't have to worry about anything. So it's more me reaching out to him and picking his brain on certain pitches, or like one bad swing I'll ask him what he's got. He's just like, hey man, you're doing fine. So he's got me locked in right now.
Putting us on the program, Isotope legend Winton Bernard, also latest recipient of the 2 Men on drip. So this ain't the first time you won this award. What's up? I mean, you just all the way back. Get this, Van. Are you ready?
Hit me.
It was the last week of May, 2015.
Oh, that's a good year.
That's good bookends. That's a pretty good bookend right there.
I know. Crazy. Yeah, that was a long time ago, and I actually do remember getting that. And I remember how excited I was. I think I was on a hitting streak at that time. It was like a 15-game hitting streak. I got Player of the Week. That was my first year in AA. And so I think the cool thing about this is like my 6th year in AAA. Like I've been up and down from AA, AAA, up and down AAA, and I've never got PCL Player of the Week. So it's a pretty cool accomplishment for how long I've played in the league.
As you're checking off milestones, what's the next one? Was this one ever in your sights? I guess that's a good question to start with. And then what is the next one?
Oh man, you know what? It's like you don't think about these type of things until it actually happens. So my manager sent out the message, Schaefer, in the morning on our flight to Oklahoma City. He's like, Wynton Bernard got, or PCL Player of the Week. So obviously I was super excited about it because anytime you get any type of accomplishment, it's a big deal. The next one is just do it again, try to repeat it.
So a lot of success at home. You guys are just killing it at home. You got a little drop off on the road. What do we need to do? We got to send you some Blake's Burgers or some Sadie's salsa. How do you recreate that magic on the road going forward?
You know what? I think it's just adjusting to the altitude a little bit quicker. Not to make a big deal about it, but it actually does play a difference. Like the breaking balls, they drop a little bit more. The fastballs, they spin a little bit more when we're on the road. So if we make those adjustments quicker, I think it'll definitely help us. But I wouldn't mind a gift card here or there. That might help, or another, 2-man shirt, something to get me going.
So obviously big win today on the road during day baseball, which by the way, I'll fight anyone who argues this. Day baseball is better than night baseball. I
love day baseball.
I'm on it.
And
didn't say I don't like waking up at 8:00 in the morning, but I love day baseball.
Well, and you don't know this about me, but I have precious baby blue eyes, and I can't really see for a lick in the sun. But I don't care. I'll put shades on. I don't care at all.
There you go.
But
there you go.
I wasn't the only one not seeing today because Feltner retired 12 in a row. Tell me what it's like just to stand in the outfield for 4 straight innings and do nothing.
Literally amazing. I mean, it's just like, sometimes you're looking at these hitters and this team right here, they've got so much MLB experience on the team. It's like a big league team. But I'm in the outfield like, man, some of these guys don't even have a chance. Like when he's on, he is on. And even when he's a little bit off, he's on. You know what I mean? So it's fun to play behind because, all we have to do is make plays on defense and he's going to strike a lot of guys out.
All right, little curveball here, Wynton.
All right.
What's your favorite Topes kit? Is it the purple? Is it the classic colors? Is it the old Dodger colors? Is it the Dukes throwback?
Mariachis.
Mariachis.
Oh, wow.
Is it cheeseburgers?
These are all very good.
Right
hey, I even warned you.
I kind of like the mariachis jersey.
Nice.
Yeah, they're cold.
And my number 2 is that Duke's yellow. I only wore it one time last year, but I like the way it looked. And a couple of guys, it fit uncomfortable, but I think it brought out my skin. It brought out the brown skin to the yellow. It was like a good contrast.
Very
I'm a little
Padres
biased.
Yeah. Like that a lot. So big triple today, right? So that's a big one. Whenever you go from, what are we at here? 6,500 feet? What are we at, boys? I mean, we're like way up there here. Whenever you start turning left, like 200 feet above sea level, does it just feel like a breeze running down there?
Oh, it's way easier than Albuquerque. I kid you not. I was fine. The altitude's something else down there.
So what are we going to be your managers for your mayoral run here pretty soon? You gonna make a run at TK? You gonna make a run at Keller? What's going on here?
Is that what's going to happen? You tell me.
505-246-0610. We're taking write-ins for Wynton Bernard for mayor this year.
So, so do you ever get a day off moving forward? Like, what's the deal? You just got to play every day now because you're the hottest player in the whole league?
I mean, I'm honestly fighting for a spot. I wasn't supposed to play a couple of those days last week. One of our outfielders, he went down, and another one was sick. So actually, that's how my opportunities came. So I'm just trying to take advantage of my opportunities when they come, and then hopefully I can prove to the Rockies and the Isotopes that I'm a good player, and hopefully my opportunities come more.
And you mentioned that verbatim the last time we spoke, that you're just ready to jump up and take your opportunities when you get them.
Yeah.
And boy, did you prove that you were right. Do you feel like you've earned it, or you're like, because you're the ultimate team player, do you feel like you've earned that, or are you still okay sharing? You're like, no, get me out, get me out there.
No, I definitely feel like I earned it, and I mean that in the most humbly way possible. I put my best effort out there all the day, and I just hope like my stats and my production on the field can take care of itself. So, I don't have to say anything, but at the same time, I definitely do feel like I earned it. I'm proud to say that,
No, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And I was talking about this Sunday. So me and my lady would go Sunday to the day game, and she doesn't know the game as well as maybe I do, right? And I'm like, well, that's the guy right there. Like, I'm like,
really?
yeah, I'm like, that's the one who goes. I'm like, of all the ones, hey, and obviously she fell in love with Coco right away. That's a given. That's, who doesn't?
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't? Yeah.
And I'm like, no, like, look at my favorite one. That's my. And she's like, well, we can both have a favorite one, Fred. And I was like, okay, I'll accept that. I don't want to accept it. All right. So day game baseball. What's the rest of the day look like for you? Just Call of Duty?
Call of Duty and Madden. I've been tearing these 12-year-olds up
because they don't even know.
Yeah. I've just been relaxing, took a nice little nap, and it's actually my brother's birthday, the one who went to UNM, Walter.
Oh,
so he big leagued me today.
Uh-oh.
I called him like 30 minutes ago, tried to get a call in before we talked, and he said I'll call you back. So maybe he's got a hot date or something.
Well, because you outshined him on his birthday week.
That's what it is.
Yeah, you can't get player of the week on bro's birthday week.
He's looking at
right?
He's on your social media looking at his happy birthday messages, but looking at your congratulations on the PCL. And he's like, okay, I'm not in the mix here. I'm not even.
I know, right?
Wait, did his hot streak translate into Madden as well? Are you undefeated this week at Madden in the locker room too?
You know what, guys? Can't lie to you. I lost about 2 in a row with the Bills. A little upset. They came right down to the buzzer, but I feel like I got a good streak coming up.
Here's what
we'll see what I got.
All right.
The next time we're out at Ice Stopes Park, what we're doing is I will just bring the Xbox or PlayStation. What are we talking here, Winton?
I'm thinking PS4.
Okay, so.
But if I'm playing you, whatever you want to get beat in.
Yeah, I like this. I really. And we only do that because it's live radio. We only do a 2-minute drill. Is what we do.
2-minute drill?
Yeah. So we go down and it's like, can Winton score this touchdown against what I believe to be my lockdown defense of the team that Winton makes me pick? I will give him that option.
I love that.
We have a lot of fun.
It's on.
Winton, thank you for taking the time, big dog. I know it's tough on travel day yesterday, day game baseball today. Got to do media, and now you have to get to bed early because you got a big game tomorrow.
I know, no problem at all. I always enjoy it.
One of the best ones on the team, one of the best ones in the league. Winton Bernard, thank you so much, brother.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Cheers. Thanks, Winton.
Good dude.
All right, bye-bye.
I'm so fired up about the Ice Topes this year. And the record will come. Like, the record will come around.
Sure.
That Saturday night, 12,000 people out there at the ballpark. Are you kidding me? That's so many people.
I like they got a good group of dudes, and you want to root for everybody.
All of them.
Nothing but a bunch of good dudes with big personalities.
Well, and not just the guys on the field, but it's everyone who surrounds them and supports them. It's the whole thing. And I'm like, it's coaching staff, and it's the front office, and it's the ushers, and I'm hey, little humble brag right here. I use media parking. The guy that helps me with media parking. It's all the way up and down. His name's John. He's very nice.
Guy Michael wanted to talk Cardinals baseball.
Let's go to the break, because if we're going to take a call about Cardinals baseball, we're going to give it the full 15 minutes that it deserves, because Nolan Arenado is the best baseball player on the history of this planet, and my boy Albert Pujols had a start at first base last week for the first time since 2011. Are you kidding me?
Hey, and your boy in the minors, Nolan Gorman, might be the best out of all of them.
Oh, my God. We're talking my favorite thing when we get back, St. Louis Cardinals baseball. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This message is brought to you by Blake's Lottaburger.
Head to Blake's Lottaburger this morning, tomorrow morning, and every morning. Your tummy and taste buds will thank you. Your choice of 7 amazing burritos, 2 breakfast sandwiches, and great coffee are waiting for you. Blake's Lottaburger, a lot of great breakfast served until 11 a.m.
All right, traffic right now into rush hour, and we've got a number of slow spots out there. Westbound on I-40, you're going to see slowdown start as you approach the interchange. They're going to last all the way down until Unser. Westbound on Paseo, I-25 to Coors. That is a very slow-moving stretch right now. Westbound on Alameda, 4th Street to the river is moving slow. And southbound on I-25, you got slowdown starting around Osuna. They're going to last until Montgomery.
The Albuquerque Journal and Venue Plus for local insight and answers about pets or puzzles, sports or shopping, comics or movies, events, dining, music, television, and more. Get all your entertainment and recreational questions answered. Subscribe at abqjournal.com.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Shop in store or online at americanhome.com. They guarantee you'll pay less. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
The Jim Rome Show.
I know there are a whole lot of people who are getting all emotional and bent about missing out on a chance to see history when Dodger manager Dave Roberts pulled Clayton Kershaw out of a game when he was in the midst of a perfecto. Clayton Kershaw potentially blowing out his arm in April is not going to help that sport. Come on with that. You want to blame something? Blame the lockout.
The Jim Rome Show. Weekdays at 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
DQ presents the sound of an all-star summer lineup. Leading off, the promising rookie, new Oreo Dirt Pie. On deck, the fan-favorite Girl Scout Thin Mints. Summer standouts, Drumstick with peanuts and cotton candy. And batting cleanup, it's you. With your red spoon and 6 summer blizzard flavors, official treat of MLB. All part of the new DQ All-Star Summer Blizzard lineup. DQ? Happy tastes good.
Your happiest spring starts with Lowe's, because SpringFest is happening now to help get you everything you need to celebrate the season. Come on into Lowe's and save on select appliances. Right now, you can get free basic install via rebate with purchase of select items $5.99 or more. We're celebrating spring with more fun and more savings. Create a season full of happiness at Lowe's. Home to any budget, home to any possibility. Excludes Connecticut and Rhode Island. Appliance offer restrictions and other fees may apply. See store for details while supplies last.
You're the one everyone looks to for answers. Come rain or shine, the job must get done, and you're the one who makes it happen. We get you, Jackie in Fresno, putting your employee safety first. And Manny in Chattanooga, whose local Granger team knows him by name. We're here for you and all the ones who get it done, with 24/7 customer support and access to product specialists to help you find what you need. Call, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, I'm Ariana. A little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Spicy Southwest salad is when I take a bite, it's like, wow, I'm getting a punch from the roasted corn. I'm getting a kick from the spicy chicken. It's just great.
Hi, this is Tori. A little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Cobb salad is the avocado lime dressing. It adds to the chicken, the bacon, and the roasted corn. It takes the salad to a whole nother level.
Order a salad for delivery on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Do you think all premium fuels are the same? Well, your engine doesn't. Shell V-Power Nitro Plus helps keep your engine running like new because it's engineered to defend against 4 main engine threats: gunk, wear, corrosion, and friction. So next time, choose Shell's most advanced fuel ever. It's fuel for thought. In engines that continuously use Shell V-Power Nitro Plus premium gasoline.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights, trunk lids, license plate holders, 122 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Do you think you have COVID-19? Are you suffering from symptoms like cough, fever, shortness of breath, sore throat, or chills? Knowing if you have COVID-19 can help you seek proper treatment and prevent the virus from spreading to your family and community. You should get tested if you have symptoms of COVID-19 or have been in close contact with someone who tested positive for COVID-19. Don't wait. Find a test near you at findatestnm.org. That's findatestnm.org.
Talk sports with us. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sport.
And you're up.
Welcome back to the program. Joining us on the program on the Friend of the Show hotline, Michael. Michael, welcome.
Hey, guys.
Hey, brother.
What's going on?
Nice to meet you guys. I moved here a little while ago.
Oh, welcome.
Found you guys
Welcome.
Found you entertaining. I consider you guys borderline rocket scientists. A couple of weeks ago, this is the first time I've ever called a radio show. This is very funny.
Oh, okay.
A couple of weeks ago, I'm guessing one of you guys is a big Cardinals fan?
Yeah.
That will be Fred.
Fred, how are you?
That's good. That's my hometown baseball team.
Did I hear correctly a couple of weeks ago? You said Albert Pujols was the greatest Cardinal ever?
Well, I mean, I speak in hyperbole often, but I would say he's in the conversation with Gibson, Musial, Pujols, Molina. I would say there's a one right there.
Okay, I heard, you said Albert Pujols was the greatest Cardinal ever. And I'm like, has this guy ever heard of Stan Musial?
Yeah, no,
Has he ever heard of Bob Gibson?
Well, I'm a big fan of the Dean brothers. I mean, I like the history of the game. Give me the Wizard. But I would say I was so excited about the Cardinals re-signing Albert Pujols that, yes, I probably said he's the greatest Cardinal in the history of the team. I probably said that.
He's a great player. But, when we talk about Stan Musial, Bob Gibson, even Ozzie Smith, come on.
You are correct. Yeah, I cannot argue. But so Bob Gibson changed the game. Me and Van have this conversation all the time, where you always talk about modern day baseball. That's when they had to change the pitching mound. And that's because of Bob Gibson. And Van, weren't you saying before the show that batting averages are lower now than they've been in how long?
Historically low this year.
Historically low.
Correct.
And I think the game is what it is today post Bob Gibson, because Bob Gibson was as dominant as he was all the years. By the way, Tim McCarver behind the plate is the absolute best thing, except for Tim McCarver in the broadcast booth.
Well, as a Mets fan, I have my, personal favorites, and Tim McCarver is one of the best.
Michael, thank you for calling in and dropping Fred down a peg.
No, don't.
Because Stan Musial,
I'm working on becoming an Isotopes fan. I'm going to have to get down there and go see this.
Pick a game. We got you.
Talk about it every day.
Hey, we'll do this, Michael. We got you. So next Friday, the Isotopes are at home, and you come hang out with the boys. So we'll get the whole thing squared away. What's the next home game? Do you have that? It's got to be,
guys.
Sorry. So next Friday against Sugarland, we're live at the ballpark. 6:40. It's a 7:05 start. So you come down on Friday. We'll have a couple tickets for you, and then what we will do is we'll watch baseball and hang out with the boys.
That'd be cool.
So, Michael, Stan Musial is 11th all time in the history of baseball in collective WAR.
He's the best.
Pujols, while he had a higher peak, is 32nd. So it's not even a comparison that Stan the Man is the greatest Cardinal.
Michael's measuring stick is Darryl Strawberry. It doesn't matter.
And I'm a Mets fan. So when I hear, a Cardinals fan and doesn't talk about Stan Musial, I got a little concerned.
In my home right now, autographed, hanging on my wall, encased, Stan Musial jersey right there. It's right
there. You go.
Yeah, I show it to every lady I bring over. None of them are impressed, but I still very much do it. And also, the best moment in the history of Mets entire franchise is a 12-6 curve from Adam Wainwright over the middle that buckles the knees of Carlos Beltran, and my boys go on to play in the World Series. That's the or Indy Chavez. Indy Chavez going over that fence and pulling back Yadier Molina. Oh my God.
Mike,
nice to talk to you guys. I will catch up with you again.
Be good, brother.
Hey, appreciate your call.
We got to get Michael's information next time, Michael. So when Michael calls back, Michael, you get Michael's information, and we're going to make sure we and Michael enjoy an Isotopes game.
You know Michael is new to the program when he doesn't understand that the hyperbole train is chug-a-lugging
with me
every day
all the
with
time.
You, Fred.
Every day is the most exciting day or the worst day. I don't have a single in-between day.
No.
I'm not hot or cold. I'm too hot or too cold. I'm like when you get in the shower in a hotel you've never been in. Yeah. Watch out.
You're each half of a hot pocket. That's what you are.
Hey, write that one down. That's a very good one.
You're welcome.
You just come up with that?
Yeah. Freestyle.
That was very good.
Like I've prepared anything in my entire life.
You mean like for work? I agree.
Yeah.
You blocked out the whole show today. I was on one today. You blocked the whole thing out.
Yeah, not bad.
From the live chat, great interview with Winton. Well, I tell you what, it was.
Agreed.
We give out 2 men on shirts like all the time. You know how we are. My favorite is when we give one to someone, and this is the best feedback we get on them. And Winton has given this feedback. Hey, these are like really soft. I know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we paid extra for that. It wasn't a lot. I'm not going to act like we're really, but still.
By the way, comment, like, follow, share at TalkABQ. 2 men on all of your social media. If you do that and you bring a friend with you, I will send you a shirt.
Yes.
I will send you stickers. If you're a true friend of the show, we'll give you swag.
Well, and I'm
Represent.
Hey, I'll do the plug right now. Graphic Connection, gcsportswear.com. Can you get better gear here in town? You cannot.
No.
And
They always do everything quality.
everything. And it's
also on the other side of the coin, if you absolutely hate us, and you're listening right now out of spite,
I know
we
you
will
are.
also send you a shirt so you can publicly deface it as long as you get it on camera and tag us in it.
$1 million product idea, Michael. Write this down. 2 Men On sucks. We print that shirt.
Yeah.
And then people can wear 2 Men On shirts that say sucks.
Wait, is it SUX or SUCKS?
So we'll put both because that's what we get from the texter. Because they can't decide if we SUCKS or SUX.
Or then ellipsis.
Yeah.
Then so bad.
So bad.
On the back.
Also, here's what we need is we need a 2 Men On shirt. And then for the texter, we just need the explanation on yours. So your, and your are all different.
Sure.
No, sure, and sure are all the same.
Sure, and sheer.
Screen printing, embroidery. Their art department over there, the best. And you're like, Fred, we don't need t-shirts. We're a whatever company. We can get pens.
Yeah.
Get promotionals. Get hand sanitizers.
You get sunglasses.
Get them all.
Coffee cups.
Earplugs. For when you're listening to the show.
Condom wrappers.
That one is weird because I think they would just give you the whole thing. You can't just get a wrapper.
I'm sorry. I'm reading things that I need.
Yes, that's
sorry.
Whole nother thing. Canceled this past weekend, New Mexico Highlands sports banquet that we were going to host and have an absolute blast.
What a shame.
Which didn't happen.
Okay, when you say canceled, postponed.
I don't know.
Delayed.
I think it depends on, I don't know, the fire.
Well, yeah.
And also that Hermit's Peak fire, like I know Mailman called earlier, that bad boy is like 145,000 acres. It's not small.
Big deal.
City of Las Vegas, aside from like Pandaray and I guess some of the Story Lake area, I get it's doing pretty okay right now. But that's only right now in this second. You check in later in the program, might not be. And there's a lot of people currently helping too. I want to make sure we're putting a spotlight on that.
Yes.
People are taking supplies. People are taking resources. They're going. I know Yaffle right now, they're doing a big drive. They're taking a bunch of stuff up there. Reach out to your boys. We'll get your donation. We'll get your effort to the people that help.
Okay, before we even got up there, before the event was even canceled, our hotel rooms were given to firemen.
Correct.
Yeah.
Should have been. They're like
the right thing to do.
I took a call the other day. You know, Michael, we're on the board of directors at the YMCA.
Yeah.
I took a call the other day about using Camp Shaver as a place to house firefighters if need be. Like those are the resources that are current. Well, thank you. It was a good idea.
Triangulate it.
Yeah. But it's currently everything's being resourced to help that area, community, and individuals. And also, I know there's been like a lot of like taking like farm animals, like to safer spots in the state. The whole state's coming together. Did you watch that MLG thing earlier today? I had it on while I was doing some stuff.
Clips.
Yep. It's a go effort. Help the whole state. Which sucks we're in this situation. I love how New Mexico rises to help New Mexico. I love how the surrounding states rise. Also, Stadium Usual is the greatest Cardinal of all time. I do recognize that. I wouldn't say I don't. 2 Men On live from the John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studio. We're powered by New Mexico Pinion Coffee. We play on Team I-9, and we start our days at the YMCA of Central New Mexico. It's 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
All right, traffic right now into rush hour, and we have got a number of slow spots out there. Westbound on I-40, you're going to see slowdown start as you approach the interchange. They're going to last all the way down until Unser. Westbound on Paseo, I-25 to Coors, that is a very slow-moving stretch right now. Westbound on Alameda, 4th Street to the river is moving slow. And southbound on I-25, you got slowdown starting around Osuna. They're going to last until Montgomery.
This message is brought to you by the City of Albuquerque's Vision Zero program. Automated speed enforcement is coming to Albuquerque. The City of Albuquerque will be issuing warnings to speeders caught on camera now through May 24th with $100 citations beginning on May 25th. Slow down and make your community a safer place. Learn more at cabq.gov/speed enforcement.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. the largest selection of in-stock furniture in the state, locally owned and operated. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
I'm Joe Ostrowski here to help you beat the books with BetQL. Baseball unders had another winning day on Monday, going 5-3. Unders are hitting at a 57% clip, but the BetQL model thinks today is a day to zag to the overs. There are two totals listed at 7 runs, where BetQL likes the over as 5-star best bets. They think the number on Twins and Orioles should be 8.5, and they also like the over in Cardinals Royals. I'm Joe Ostrowski. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetQL app.
The unforgettable Golf Classic is back thanks to RBC Wealth Management. You can enjoy a great day of golf while raising funds and awareness for the Alzheimer's Association. 18 holes at Tanawan Country Club, breakfast, lunch, cart rental, goodie bag, and more. Plus, you're going to be helping families in New Mexico facing Alzheimer's. It's a shotgun start on May 9th at 8 a.m. Reserve your foursome now, 266-4473. That's 266-4473.
Are you 50 years or older? The New Mexico Department of Health recommends that you receive a second COVID-19 booster. If it's been 4 months since your first booster, it's time to schedule your second. Individuals that are 50 years of age or older have an increased risk of severe COVID-19 illness. This is especially important for individuals with underlying medical conditions. Your health risk is lowest when you stay up to date with your COVID-19 vaccines. Don't wait. Schedule your booster today at vaccinenm.org. That's vaccinenm.org.
The CFOs that get it, get it. The CFOs that don't. Behold the CFO, the Chief Financial Officer. This isn't some bean counter. Today's CFO is critical to the strategy, growth, and profitability of the business. But in growing companies, there are two kinds of CFOs. One who's struggling to keep up with spreadsheets everywhere, manual processes, errors, and lack of visibility into the numbers. It takes weeks to close the books. And one who's on top of their game. Automated reports, inventory, e-commerce, and HR flow into the financial models seamlessly. Insights coming with the click of a button. This CFO uses NetSuite by Oracle with visibility and control of your financials, inventory, HR, planning, and budgeting. NetSuite is everything you need to grow all in one place. That's why NetSuite is the #1 cloud financial system used by over 29,000 growing businesses. Like I said, the CFOs that get it, get it. The CFOs that don't. Head to netsuite.com/play for a special one-of-a-kind financing offer. netsuite.com/play. netsuite.com/play.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours.
Spilled your milkshake? Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up spills quicker. And each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less than the leading Ordinary brand. So you can get back to your milkshake.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Everyone loves shopping online. Well, I'm going to tell you what I tell my golf buddies when they buy clubs. Stop searching for coupon codes. Download Capital One Shopping to your computer. Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them at checkout. Plus, it's free, and you don't even need a Capital One card to use it. That's like hitting a hole-in-one without even trying. Capital One Shopping. It's kind of genius. What's in your wallet?
Savings and available coupons vary.
It was an amazing game. On a perfect Friday night, Dominic was unstoppable that night. I've never been more proud being a mama. We never saw it coming, but a drunk driver hit our car. My baby. He's gone forever.
Drinking? Don't drive. Be safe, not sorry. This message brought to you by NMDOT.
The Duke City's home for sport.
Here we go, guys.
5.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
And you're up.
How good was the Night of Champions last night?
I'm so pumped. I legit could not relax for a while. The energy was just flowing through my veins. Got me pumped.
Sounds like a sweet song lyric.
Mm-hmm. Write this down.
Yeah,
hey, cut that.
Yeah, get that out of there, Michael. Don't let anyone hear that.
Speaking of sweet songs, what was that? I like that.
Yeah, what was that, Michael?
Very Black Keys-esque.
Led Zeppelin, a classic called How Many More Times.
What was it?
How many more
What was the name of it?
I didn't recognize it.
How Many More Times from Led Zeppelin.
What is that? Like, is that off the Arctic Monkeys first album?
No.
Oh.
No, very good cut by Zeppelin.
So I'm familiar with Led Zeppelin ish. I know it was the hotness for a minute, but is it like a sustained hotness? Is that
He's still hot.
It's the 9th and final track on their debut album.
Is
I
their-
should
it
have
was
known
all- it
that
was
one.
Their first album,
I
Zeppelin.
really
1.
like their first 3 albums.
now?
I should have known that one.
Stairway to Heaven was on number 4.
So the
See, overrated. Stairway to Heaven's overrated.
what are you doing? Don't we know?
I like-
505-246-0610. Go ahead.
We're getting a lot of hate already, so let's just turn it up to 11 here.
Go ahead.
Stairway to Heaven was overrated. That's not the Led Zeppelin I want to hear. I want to hear the Led Zeppelin that's up-tempo and fun and rocks out. And Robert Plant screams at me for reasons. Robert Plant either screams at me because he really wants to be with a beautiful, hot woman, or he's being chased by goblins or something. Those are the only times I want to hear Led Zeppelin.
The 4, Michael, you can agree with me after I say this. You can just say, yes, I agree. The 4 greatest musicians of all times are John Paul Jones, John Bonham, Jimmy Page, and Robert Plant.
Are you referring to the BBC vote where you got to form your own super band and the whole country of England voted on any musician from any rock band of all time,
They all just picked
and
Led
every
Zeppelin?
single piece of a 4-piece band came out to be Led Zeppelin?
I love that, but I'm talking about more about the ignorance of it because one of these guys plays the harmonica. You're not going to be like, hey,
well, he's a singer.
Well, I'm not going to say he's not, but I'm going to say what if I'm like, hey, what piece of like what does Robert Plant play? You're going to be like, harmonica?
Yeah.
Like that doesn't count in rock and roll.
This is unisex awesomeness. Tight pants, frilly shirt, curly blonde hair.
Yeah, what instrument do you
yelling at you? I love all of those
Don't
things.
forget the bell bottoms.
Yeah, tight pants.
All right, Michael.
I don't care about the bottom.
Some things we don't have to mention, and we
more
obviously
into the top.
I would not have forgotten the tight pants. Led Zeppelin's one of those ones too, where like that, like when you come out, because if you're just gonna name your album after your band name, anyways, that's pretty freaking tough and cool. But like after
you talking about Run the Jewels, Run the Jewels?
What is that?
With the title track, the opener of Run the Jewels by Run the Jewels being the title Run the Jewels.
You're talking about Bad Company's Bad Company?
Yeah.
Nice. Led Zeppelin, when they put out Led Zeppelin, they put out Led Zeppelin 2 like 5 minutes later. They were like, we're doing pretty good, boys.
No, they had 3 albums already made. Like,
Yeah,
these are all of our songs.
Yeah, let's go.
And we're going to release them every 3 months.
That's so sweet. So, well, thank you, Michael. I didn't know that was a Zepp hit. Do people say
I didn't
Zepp?
recognize it. And from the text line, yes, we were 100% going to the Twin Warriors PGA event. 100%.
Where's that at?
We better be there. Twin Warriors. Is
that new?
It's my
that's
favorite golf
beautiful.
course in Albuquerque.
I've played it. It's nice.
Yeah. It's beautiful out there. PGA made a great choice by going out to Twin. They needed to come to New Mexico. Southwest needs to be more represented for beautiful golf courses, and Twin's a great choice.
That's the one you want to go to.
505-246-0610. Are you a representative from Santa Ana Resort and Casino or Twin Warriors Golf Club? Talk to your boy.
I got a guy.
Okay.
And when is it? What's the date on that? April 30th?
Yeah, next April.
Okay, so we have 1 year to pregame. That's not enough time.
How is that not enough time? That's the perfect amount of time.
For a pregame?
Yes.
Hey, that's a classic pregame. 1 year. Because there are events that you pregame for. PGA events. Have you ever been to one, Michael? They're crazy. PGA events, Super Bowls, WrestleManias, not even Super Bowls. You don't pregame for a Super Bowl because there's a lot of like weirdness going on. But like opening game for your team, that one counts. This would be a good pregame.
There's the inaugural.
Well, that's not really how that works. So like in the PGA, you're not going to get it again like that. So you can't really call it the inaugural.
Well, I mean, if we burn the house down, metaphorically, not literally, they'll probably have us back. We got to send out some emails and see what their vibe is, because us right here, us two, and the friends of the show can turn this into the new Waste Management Open.
You know what I didn't mention on this whenever the story first came out, which I thought was very funny? when the PGA is like, hey, we're going to go to Twin Warriors and do this thing. They were like, but it has a beautiful rolling, like Pinon Pines and rolling hills and dry washes, because no one knows what an arroyo is. And I'm like, yes, like that is the most regionally specific thing that is not communicated across this country.
What an arroyo is.
Because no one knows. When I moved here, I'm like, what?
What's a wash?
Yeah, are you talking about Bronson? Like, what is this thing you're referencing?
Are you talking like a guy from the South Valley talking about his Seiko?
Quote.
My wash?
Nice.
Can you see that time on my wash?
That's very good.
Thank you.
Twin Warriors Golf Club, designed by Gary Panks and opened in 2001, plays through the high desert and is routed in and around 20 ancient cultural sites. Other attributes include beautiful grassy knolls, ridges dotted with juniper and pinon pine, dry washes, and eroded land features, along with sacred butte known as...
Those are buttes. Yep.
What is this word? I don't know what this is.
A butte is a small plateau.
Tuyuna or Snakehead? What is Tuyuna? What is that?
Tunaya?
What is that? I've never heard of that.
That's a
Snakehead? What is that? I don't know what that is.
Tunaya.
Tuyuna. I've never heard. Michael, are you familiar with this thing? You're basically New Mexico.
All right, you just stumped me for I think the first time on New Mexico stuff.
So there's a trail of it. The sacred, it's like a snakehead. It's a trail.
The Tuyuna Trail.
Yeah.
That wraps around the Twin Warriors Golf Club.
Here's what I need to do. Number one, hike that. That sounds cool and beautiful and wonderful.
Okay, it's just a trail. I can't find a... Let's try this.
But yes, the short answer is we will be there. And what we will need to do is communicate with Twin Warriors and the PGA about a boys cheering section, because we need the boys cheering section for this event, because, well, if we don't, then we don't. Here we go. Here from the live chat. All right, Brett Michaels is not the best musician, and I'm not sure what spurred this live chat, but I'm going to need...
Brett and Michaels.
Yeah, I'm going to need you to rescind that one. That is not correct.
To each their own, my friend. How dare you?
Now, Rock of Love, I would say, is near the top of reality shows of all time.
Well, Flavor of Love, obviously.
Okay, if you had to compare the two, one is salt, one is pepper. They're both equal but different.
A little Ebony and Ivory.
Ah, like what you did there.
Okay.
Yeah, Twin Warriors. We'll be there for sure. Albuquerque deserves a lot of spotlights on its beauty and its culture and everything about it, but not too many, fam. Not too many spotlights, because then you know what happens. People can see you. I'm going to stay John Cena here. Can't see me.
Now I'm obsessed with what a Tuyuna is.
Did you figure it out?
No, it doesn't exist on the interwebs.
Well, according to the PGA.com, it does.
Well, yeah, I could find it. It's a trail, the Tuyuna Trail, also called Snakehead Trail, but I don't know what a Tuyuna is. Is it a snakehead? Is that what a snakehead is? A Tuyuna? I can't find a translation. And now I'm worried, and now I'm obsessed, and now I know what I'm going to do all commercial break. Awesome. Thank you.
Whenever we get back, Michael, the rich history of St. Juan Tabot and so much more. 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Well, a new crash to tell you about westbound I-40. As you approach the interchange, we've got a crash there. Be careful getting through there. Slowdowns are going to start around San Mateo, and between the crash and just this time of day, those slowdowns are going to go all the way down into Unser. So be prepared to take your time if you're headed west on I-40 this afternoon. Police activity affecting both directions of Louisiana between Indian School and Manal. You're probably going to want to avoid that area for the time being. Westbound on Paseo, I-25 to Coors is moving slow, and Alameda headed west this afternoon. Slowdowns between 4th Street and the river.
You should plan for the expected and insure against the unexpected. Get a quality life plan. Call 858-GATEWAY. That's 858-GATEWAY.
This report brought to you by Gateway Insurance.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Shop in store or online at AmericanHome.com. They guarantee you'll pay less. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Maggie Gray with a CBS Sports Minute, sponsored by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. Be big, be bold, be adventurous with Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. If the 76ers were hoping James Harden would carry the load with Joel Embiid out, they are sorely mistaken. Handing Harden a 4-year, $223 million contract would all but assure Philly will never win a title. A bad Harden today means flexibility for the future. I'm Maggie Gray.
Sports Animal and JPR Decorative Gravel present the Rockin' Brew Book Drive. Help us put books in the hands of kids for summer. And you can save some cash at your favorite breweries, too. Bring new or gently used children's books to participating breweries, and you'll receive $1 off each beer you buy that day. Breweries like Sidetrack Brewing or Either Quarter Celtic Brew Pub, plus lots more. Save $1 off a beer and help our community at the same time. Get the full list of drop-off locations online now at sportsanimалabq.com.
As we move into the warmer months, the active months, you're going to be moving more, doing more. Gentlemen, are you ready? Are you your best you? It's Jeff Symbieta. And guys, if you're not quite the best you can be, if you're tired too often, maybe dealing with hair loss, weight gain, depression, or even erectile dysfunction, NewMale can help you. In fact, NewMale has helped thousands of men all around the country with these exact things, these natural things. Give them a call at 505-652-1688, 505-652-1688, or visit NewMale. That's NUMALE.com. Making the call sometimes is the hardest part. Don't make excuses. Make the call, because once you do and you visit NewMale, you're going to realize the process is easy, it's comfortable, and it works. Guys, that's the best part about NewMale. It works. The results are real, and men everywhere are feeling better. The number is 505-652-1688. Enjoy being active. Enjoy being you again. Call NewMale at 505-652-1688 or visit newmail.com and feel better.
DQ presents the sound of an all-star summer lineup. Leading off, the promising rookie, new Oreo Dirt Pie. On deck, the fan-favorite Girl Scout Thin Mints. Summer standouts, Drumstick with peanuts and cotton candy. And batting cleanup, it's you. With your red spoon and 6 summer blizzard flavors, official treat of MLB. All part of the new DQ All-Star Summer Blizzard lineup. DQ? Happy tastes good.
Your happiest spring starts with Lowe's, because SpringFest is happening now to help get you everything you need to celebrate the season. Come on into Lowe's and save on select appliances. Right now, you can get free basic install via rebate with purchase of select items $5.99 or more. We're celebrating spring with more fun and more savings. Create a season full of happiness at Lowe's. Home to any budget, home to any possibility. Excludes Connecticut and Rhode Island. Appliance offer restrictions and other fees may apply. See store for details while supplies last.
Cards issued by Celtic Bank, member FDIC. Are you the decision maker in your company? Consider this. For the first time in decades, there's a better option for a corporate card and spend management platform. Meet Ramp, the only corporate card and spend management system designed to help you spend less money so you can make more. Most corporate credit cards offer points as incentives, but those points amount to less than their worth in real cash value. Ramp's credit cards offer you cash back, real money in your pocket. Plus, you control who spends what with each vendor. And Ramp software collects and verifies receipts automatically, which means you'll stop wasteful spending and close your books in hours instead of days. Businesses that use Ramp add up to 3.3% to their bottom line the first year. If you're a decision maker, adding Ramp could be one of the best decisions you've ever made. And now get $250 when you join Ramp for free. Just go to ramp.com/sports. Ramp.com/sports. ramp.com/sports.
The Opening Drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Bach. Weekday mornings from
minutes here
on 95.9 FM and 8.
And you're up.
The Sports Animal.
I'm a little confused on this one, Van.
What's up?
So you're telling me Muhammad Ali is boxing. What?
Okay. You did not hear that correctly. You did not read that correctly.
Okay.
Muhammad Ali's grandson.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. Because I only knew about Layla Ali. I didn't know about anyone
Correct.
else.
So now we're into the third generation.
Nico Ali Walsh.
Yep.
Pretty good.
Looks the part. Won the first match.
He's got overwhelms his opponent in the first round. That's the thing about boxing.
Also, screw this guy.
What?
Because I just pulled him up, and he was born like 3 months after I graduated high school, and this upsets me a lot. Like, it upsets me like a lot.
That you're old, that upsets you?
Yes.
Hey, also, if you're going to get your debut in the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, that's a pretty good start.
I mean, a pretty good stock, pretty big name. Of course, you're going to get a big hit.
Nico Ali.
Excuse me. Pop. You got a pop on the first.
That's a good wrestling
thank
reference. Nico Ali Walsh, the grandson of legendary boxer Muhammad Ali, stepped into the ring to face Alejandro Ibarra in a bout that was not expected, since the main event of the card was a duel between Oscar Valdez and Shakur Stevenson for the unification of the super featherweight titles. They stole the show, boys. Muhammad Ali's grandson stole the show. I guess he deserves his name. Nico Ali Walsh just stole the show. I need boxing to come back so bad. We were talking about that last week with Catherine. Like, I need boxing to grab like the prevalence that it previously had, because it doesn't have it right now.
I think it does. MMA took a little bit of shine off of it, but I think it still does. I still know a lot of boxing fans who really care about the sport.
Oh, I agree.
And I think it's still very presentable.
I think it's gone from a mainstream to a niche. I think it's NASCAR. I think it's hockey.
Yeah, instead of being, American sports history, baseball's number 1, boxing was number 2. We know how it ranks now. It's obviously NFL versus everybody, and then NBA, MMA, MLB.
There is something cool, though.
Soccer fastly creeping up on MLB. Watch your back.
Not here, not in America.
Yes, here in America.
Oh, it's huge. The numbers are incredibly. I think the 15 through 35, it's all soccer.
I think
correct.
I think that the NFL is so big that Fox just created another league to have more TV of football. And they don't even care if fans are there.
Oh, they got 2 more leagues.
Yeah.
They want it so bad that they're willing to show it on television with their rivals, NBC. They're like, you know what? This is going to be so big, we'll just cut you guys in on it.
That's crazy. There is something, the best part of this thing, Michael, I'm going to assume not enough people watch this, but there was a part when that pop comes, and that pop that we were talking about is the crowd going, Ali, Ali, and you're like, okay, this is very good. That is a fun historical chant.
Sure.
That deserves to exist right now.
You know, they're going, Walsh, Walsh, Walsh.
I do not.
Or just Walsh, Walsh, Walsh. And this is 3rd generation now.
Yeah.
So now this is like sports family royalty. Now you're
because now you're in a certain mix.
Now this is a legacy.
Unser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking Unsers now. We're talking Mannings are about to be there. Because was it Archie, right? Archie's on his way up. He's about to be there.
Yeah, the balls.
Nice. Giggity. I got a number 1 for you that you might not see coming. I already know your answer. We've talked about this before.
Sports legacy families.
Sports legacy families.
Yeah, I know.
I know your answer.
Yeah.
I just had to change my answer because I did not think about this one.
Because you think it's the Hulls, Bobby Dennis and Brett Hull.
That is incorrect.
From the NHL.
But they have a 3-generation legacy going, which is wildly impressive.
The Gracies.
The Gracies.
Yeah, it's got to be.
The Gracies are the Graciest of all time. Because they're working on their 4th generation, and every single generation has had a champion.
What about the Suitors?
What kind of Suitors?
Thank you. Baseball primarily.
The second Suitor?
Well, they got a bunch of them in the NHL too, Suitors.
All right, I can't, Michael.
The baseball family is also the hockey family?
Michael, what are you doing here?
The monkey has a butler?
Come on now.
Led Zeppelin.
The Guerreros in wrestling, I think that's one.
Fred Zeppelin?
Write that one down, please.
No, what's your real answer? Because yours is a great answer. Because that's 3rd generation as well now, isn't it? Or is that just still 2nd generation?
So you're talking pro wrestling, obviously. Right?
Correct.
So there's a bunch of them. I think I want to say the Ortons, obviously. I think Cowboy Bob Orton, Randy Orton, I think that's the thing. But there are some that are like 3rd generation. Like the Guerreros are into the 3rd generation. Like the DiBiase's. Like, to me, Rhodes. Like there's a bunch of them in pro wrestling, but that's a super nepotism kind of thing.
Right.
Is that the word I wanted? The Hearts.
The Hearts.
The Hearts are probably it.
But what about the Pacific Islanders? Because that's multiple branches of the same family.
You're talking about The Rock. You're talking about Roman Reigns. You're talking about the Usos, Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
Correct.
How can you argue that? That's the bloodline.
See, I think that's the only one that challenges the Gracies because they, like the Gracies, their family tree split and they have champions all over the place.
The Berries, the Matthews, there's a couple of them.
Well, see, the Matthews is only on its second generation.
So that doesn't count.
Yeah. I think third generation is when you become a dynasty, you become royalty, when it becomes a real legacy.
And you always throw out the Millers because Cheryl never got to play professionally.
Well, she used to dominate Reggie in the driveway. That's close enough.
Because there's no way he could even keep up. USC star, you know what I'm talking about. If it's just father and son, it's probably the Bonzas. Once you get into thirds, like once you get into juniors, with junior pluses and the thirds, then I think you're in another story.
So you're just talking 2 generations.
Maybe Griffey's if it's 2. But also, because there was senior, junior Griffey, but then there was Craig too. But no one really talks about Craig because he wasn't really on the same level. You know what I mean? Alomars, there was a bunch of Alomars.
Yeah, a lot of Alomars.
Going into boxing, the Spinks, bunch of Spinks.
Was there now?
Michael, Leon, Daryl, there was a bunch of them.
But they're just brothers? Like one set of brothers. That's not multi-generations, is it?
Ali's are probably in the mix, you're right.
Ali's are in the mix. It's the third generation now. Give me the Gracies, unless I could be proven wrong. 505-246-0610. Give me your best sports legacy family.
Maybe the Rivers? Austin, Doc? No, they're not in the mix, are they?
Hey, I'll tell you what. Speaking of
seconds,
the next generation of Phillip Rivers kids, there's going to be a bunch of them. He's got the best shot.
6 p.m. 2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
We're all moving a little faster now.
Trust the team that's going to keep up with you on KOAT Action 7 News.
We're proud to bring you coverage you can count on from across New Mexico.
Like a weather forecast that's certified most accurate and proven every day.
Start your day with more in the morning.
Traffic right now, that crash westbound on I-40 approaching the interchange, that has been cleared, but we've still got a lot of slowdowns in that area. Those slowdowns are going to start around University and go all the way down to Unser right now. So take your time if you're headed west on I-40 this afternoon. Also, take your time westbound on Paseo. We've got slowdowns there between I-25 and Coors. Southbound I-25, Osuna to Montgomery is moving slow, and westbound on Alameda between 4th Street and the river, we've got quite a bit of congestion there.
At Lazy Boy, we're making room for new merchandise. Now save up to 50% on closeouts, overstocks, floor samples, and one-of-a-kinds. All on sale. It's the Inventory Overstock Sell-Off. Lazy Boy, live life comfortably.
This report brought to you by Lazy Boy and the Inventory Overstock Sell-Off.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, the largest selection of in-stock furniture in the state, locally owned and operated. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
If you're trying to buy a home, you know how much competition there is. Multiple offers and most of them above the asking price. So how do you get an advantage? Scott Stigler here for Indigo Mortgage. One way to set your offer apart is with a pre-approval, not just a pre-qualification. A pre-approval gives the seller confidence the loan is solid and takes away any guesswork about what offer to accept. A pre-approval is an actual approval. A pre-qualification is really just an analysis of the loan by the lender, not seen by an underwriter. So the pre-approval letter gives you an edge, maybe the difference in getting the home you want. Because Indigo Mortgage is a mortgage broker, they can help you get a pre-approval. Not all mortgage companies do this for customers, and Indigo Mortgage does it for free. See, they really do live up to the promise that nobody cares more about your mortgage loan. Call Ben Lucero and his team at Indigo Mortgage, 836-5700, or go to indigomortgage.net. NMLS 188348.
Head to Blake's Lottaburger this morning, tomorrow morning, and every morning. Your tummy and taste buds will thank you. Your choice of 7 amazing burritos, 2 breakfast sandwiches, and great coffee are waiting for you. Blake's Lottaburger, a lot of great breakfast served until 11 a.m.
People's Flowers for Mother's Day. Flowers
30 seconds, guys. 30.
in town or out of town. People's Flowers will make an arrangement she will enjoy for days. People's Flowers is the best choice you can make when sending flowers to your mom. People's Flowers delivers locally or around the world. Call today and order your Mother's Day arrangement. She will love you forever. Stop into any of People's Flowers for locations or shop online at peoplesflowers.com. Shop today. Flowers say it all. People's.
Bye, here we go.
K240BL Albuquerque is 95.9 FM, AM 610 KNML Albuquerque. The sports animal. Proud to be a Cumulus media station, even if they're not that proud of us.
Now betting for the sports animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, Men On, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Robert Buck D. Gibson.
This is 2 Men
And you're up.
with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
Back live on the program. Show note, the podcast for yesterday, because we were live at Night of the Champions yesterday.
Sure.
So the podcast for that is going up within like the next 10 minutes. Okay. So I just put a thing on it. It's going up in 10 minutes. My fault for it not being done yet. But there's your show note, because I didn't realize the buzz was so big on that. Like, people are excited for it. So super cool.
It was a good show.
It was
a lot of fun.
It was not a traditional one per se, because I think I got 0 wrestling references in there.
To the bathroom.
That's not.
You didn't slide a single one in, did you?
No, I absolutely did, but not enough.
Okay.
Also from the texter, today's varsity should be the varsity of wrestling legacy families, and I think that's a very good idea. Unfortunately, we already chose the I-9 varsity of states.
Yes.
Yes. So there you go on that. Also, we failed to mention before the break, and also if 6 o'clock is quitting time for you, welcome to the program. I missed the most obvious one. I don't know why I did this. I'm embarrassed.
The Flares?
The Molinas. Yadier.
Okay, well, we're talking about third generation, so that's fair.
I'm talking about 3 brothers who all won a World Series. Yadier, Benji, and Jose all won World Series. Where are you going to find that? That energy don't exist nowhere.
You ain't lying.
No. And I don't know why I didn't come up, because in the next one you argue.
Well, the Bells kept ended up on the Royals, so there's that.
You know what?
Yeah.
R.I.P. By the way, my boys, the St. Louis Cardinals, shut out the Royals yesterday. No big deal. Just doing it defensively when the bats aren't necessarily live. We do got to figure that out. Also, can't we keep waiting for Paul DeYoung to come around? BJ and Justin Upton, weren't they selected 1 and 2? Like, that would be in the mix, right? Of historic families.
That's hard to argue that.
There's a bunch of them.
There's somebody we're forgetting.
The Chavezes. Julio Cesar, Julio Jr., and Omar.
Omar's the third generation.
That's boxing.
Okay. Well, now we're talking.
Yeah. Because with the way you're doing it, oh, you know who it is.
See, I'm not talking about families. I'm talking about legacies. Yeah.
Well, then it's the Ripkins. It's Cal Jr. and Billy. No, Billy and Cal Jr. are both sons.
Brothers. Yeah.
Oh, I just don't know. There's a bunch of good ones, though. And I'm trying to come up with it because you're like, oh, Prince and Cecil Field. Well, there's not. You need another one.
Yep.
McEnroe's, John. Well, they were brothers. Like, you have to find that one, which makes me think that the Alis are possibly in the mix, but Nico hasn't done enough.
Correct. He hasn't done enough yet, but he's starting the third generation. So now this is when the legacy starts.
Yeah, I'm into that.
Because you could make a case for their dominance in their sport. If we're doing one generation, it's Venus and Serena, right?
The best third
generation. If we're doing 2 generations, what's the argument?
Okay. So then you think it's The Rock. It has to be. Because then you have Rocky Johnson, his dad, and then his dad, Peter Maivia.
Yeah.
And that, to me, has got to be it. I don't know how it couldn't be. The only other third generation that could possibly be better is, I don't know, AirPods.
The Gracies. The Gracies is 3 generations already. So I think you could only make an argument over, what'd you call it? The bloodline?
Yeah.
Okay, you can make your argument for the bloodline. You can make your argument for the Gracies. I think it stops right there.
Bob Orton Sr., Bob Orton Jr., and Randy Orton, all in the mix, because they all wrestled 20 years professionally. They all held numerous titles, including NWA titles, WWE titles. I think it might have to be pro wrestling.
And I could be an Albuquerque homer and say Unsers.
The Unsers are it. The Unsers are it.
They're in the conversation, no doubt.
Well, because not just was it one, but it was all in a row, and they weren't just in the mix; they were winners.
Multiple for each generation as
All
well.
right, I'm going to go with the Unsers too. And maybe today's the day I became an Albuquerque homer.
Because you're leaning Unser.
Because I'm leaning Unser.
You're picking Unsers over wrestling? Is this happening right now?
You're right. That does feel weird to me, but it doesn't.
6:05 p.m. on May the 3rd, 2022. Fred chose Albuquerque over professional wrestling.
Hard to argue.
Dear Journal, I was very surprised.
Maybe the Blanchards. No, it's still the Unsers. Because, I'll be the first to admit, pro wrestling is not actually a sport.
Performance art.
Performance art.
Well, I mean, you could make an argument that racing is a game of skill. Is it an athletic event?
Oh, it absolutely is.
You could be an unathletic guy and fit into the cockpit.
No.
Frequent contributor mailman said the Grammaticas.
That doesn't count. Also,
one generation.
He's got an obsession with the Grammaticas.
Do you blame the guy?
No. Why do I know their names still? The conversation that's a little bit bigger than this one, though, is when you get into fourth generation. Fourth generation.
See, that I don't know.
I don't either. Because there has to be that one, but then you're into such a little. Because what are you in then? The Petties? There's very few after that.
So 2 generations. Okay, 1 generation, Williams sisters. 2 generations, Bobby and Barry Bonds. 3 generations. That's where your argument starts. Gracie's, Unsers, the bloodline.
I don't even know if you're right on the siblings one, though, because the siblings one is obviously the Molinas, because there's 3.
And the other 2 aren't as successful, even close, as Yadier. Both the Williams sisters were the best. They were 1-2 for 20 years.
Yeah, but because there's a third one, that's the thing. So that's why the conversation is only the Molinas and then the Hanson brothers. So those are the conversations between the 3 greatest when it comes to siblings.
But I'm not going to fault stopping at 2 children, because that's the responsible thing to do. Don't just keep having a bunch of babies and hope that they all win World Series as catchers in Major League Baseball. The odds are astronomical.
Okay. They weren't.
Stop at 2 and do 2 real good ones.
So you're doing what is called the Hasselbeck equation, where you just get 2 good sons that play football, that play quarterback, and then they just show up, get paid, marry way above their own Madden rating, and then exit gracefully, which is also a good approach to life.
Hoisey gracefully.
Hey, nice.
Thank you.
Also,
okay,
brother swaps we need to talk about too.
I'm sorry, what was that?
That's correct.
Okay.
Because one time Paul Gasol was traded for Mark Gasol, and I think that is such a unique stand.
I'm sorry. When you said brother swap, I immediately started thinking Arkansas.
What were you?
No offense to the state of Arkansas.
All right, so today's I-9 varsity is the varsity of states.
Okay.
See where Arkansas falls. Now, do you want to get to even the more? Because you can go from, I think being a player is a legacy. Hey, but being a leader of men, being a coach is a legacy. So then you go with the
You ain't lying.
You go with the Harbaughs.
You ain't lying.
Because both Jim and John were players, but Jim and John were also head football coaches.
Hey, if we're talking legacy, the Lombardis, 3rd generation is here.
Okay, I'm into that one too.
Okay.
Now, if we're going for like Hall of Very Famous, give me Buddy, give me Rex, give me Rob Ryan. Because these are boys that'll fight you on the sidelines. And these are three guys that it's like, yeah, you can see my homework, but don't copy it directly.
Sure.
Because they're all copied directly.
Except for foot stuff. I think that's just unique to one of them.
Deep cut on that reference. And I'm glad you did. What about Del Curry? Sonia Curry, Steph Curry, Seth Curry, all in the mix.
I didn't know Sonia.
Virginia Tech, big volleyball player.
Okay.
I mean,
interesting.
Not a thing you maybe necessarily should have known.
That's pretty niche.
Well, because Dell
do a lot of volleyball.
Hold up. Basketball players traditionally volleyball players. Either way.
Jumping and stuff.
No, well, and stuff is correct.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was a basketball player growing up.
Mm-hmm.
My lady was a volleyball player.
Sure.
I'm telling you, there's a thing about it. Probably height has a lot to do with it.
You don't say.
My lady is very tall. I am even taller.
Yes, you are.
Can you imagine me on the campus of Virginia Tech as Del Curry, who, by the way, was one of them dudes? He's just like, yeah, just volleyball star. We got this. Just put out maybe the most generational game-changing player of all time in Steph Curry.
Do you like going to 41 plus basketball games a year? Let me knock you up, darling. At least 41. Then we can go out of town. We can go to the playoffs. If you're into that, hear me out.
Michael.
And put a baby in you.
You know what Van made me overlook, though? And it's because of your haircut. Because you're constantly looking for a new barber because of what's on top of your head. And the twins, Tiki and Rondé Barber, are probably in the mix when it comes to twins, right?
Well, see, when I thought you mentioned my hair, I thought you were going to mention like a hockey mullet and bring it back to the holes.
The stalls. Oh, the holes too.
The holes. Strong answer.
8 combined Pro Bowls, 6 All-Pro selections, which is the thing I recently just learned is the important thing. Because I thought All-Pro and Pro Bowl were the same up until about this show when you corrected me.
You're welcome.
2 Super Bowl appearances, 1 Super Bowl win. That was Rondé on that Tampa Bay team that had like all the best players on defense. Warren Sapp.
Their defense was so strong.
Stupid good. That's the only defense that's ever meant anything in the history of the NFL.
You're forgetting the very next year, the Ravens.
Those 2 defenses.
And you're forgetting the 86 Bears.
They
were so good they won Jim McMahon a Super Bowl.
That Tampa Bay team won with Jamie Duncan at linebacker. What? That's the team you're going to put out there to win it? That's whenever like that cover 2 undersized middle linebacker became sexy for some reason.
They invented it.
The London Fletcher style guy.
Kind of what made her like a star.
Vitaly and Vladimir Klitschko.
Them versus the Williams sisters.
At what?
Single generation greatness. I'm not asking you to have them fight to the death.
So I thought this was going.
Hey, but look. If the Klitschkos could only use their hands, and then the Williams sisters could use some kind of racket that was sharpened along the edges, I'm taking the Williams sisters.
Here's why the Klitschkos are out. I just thought about this. You're correct because the Williams sisters would.
Yeah.
The Klitschkos like publicly said they're like, we'll never box each other. And that to me makes you cowards.
Oh, well, they did just fight a war with their bare hands.
Oh, yeah.
/ are currently fighting a war.
Mm-hmm.
I think they get a pass this time.
I'm going to go back to that. Ray, Bob, Brett, and Aaron Boone. That's a good one.
It's a good one.
That's from the live chat.
It's a quality answer.
From the live chat, the Royals will beat the Cardinals today. That is not correct. Do not like that at all. The Andrettis. Very good answer.
Very good answer.
Not better than the Unzers.
Not a better answer than the Unzers.
Yes.
The Andrettis is just 2 generations, though, right? Unzers are on the 3rd. Could be wrong.
You are correct.
I don't know my sports car racing. That's one of my biggest deficits. Sports car racing, hockey. I don't know a lot about hockey. Not going to lie. Be honest with you, friend of the show. Not my jam.
So you know it wasn't
live, though. Give me all you got.
Of hockey?
And sports racing.
I went last night to the Ice Wolves game. About as good as entertainment as you find in the whole city.
Oh, yeah.
Comeback in the 3rd period?
No. So they went into the third up 2-1. Then about 1 minute into the third, the visitors, the Wichita City from Texas, wherever they were,
Wranglers.
Thank you. They tie it up 2-2. And the Ice Wolves are like, no, not today, fam. Tied up like they take the lead again a minute later, put in a cushion one a little bit after that. The visitors play like, what's that called when you pull the goalie? With the goalie pulled?
Yeah,
I don't know it in a
call it.
hockey reference. I only know it in like a life reference.
Yes.
So whenever they pulled the goalie, which is not
Speaking of Roe v. Wade.
Roe v. Wade.
Yeah.
So whenever they pull the goalie, then they had to beat him off for about 3.5 minutes there, and I was like, well, this seems like a lot of time.
It was a wild finish.
Hey
guys, phrasing.
This is.
You can't say beat them off for 3.5 minutes and then say wild finish.
So by the end, when it came to fruition,
know your audience. Actually, it's kind of perfect. Let's do that over and over again.
Big win for the Ice Wolves last night. And I was like, hey, Ice Wolves, come on the show. And they were like, well, we're all leaving town. We
still doing it.
Can't do that. More of the program when we get back. 2 Men On, live from the John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studio. We're powered by New Mexico Opinion Coffee. We play on Team I-9. We start our days at the YMCA of Central New Mexico. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
This message is brought to you by Blake's Lottaburger. Introducing Blake's newest flavor of iced coffee, caramel. Made with double brewed premium blend coffee for the very best taste. Caramel iced coffee joins Blake's original 3 flavors, classic, vanilla, and mocha. Perfect paired with a spicy breakfast burrito, available all day at all Blake's locations.
Well, traffic getting better out there. We still have a few slow spots, though. Westbound on I-40 between the interchange and Unser is still moving really slow, so take your time getting through there. And Paseo westbound from 2nd Street to Coors, that's a slow go as well.
The Albuquerque Journal and Business Outlook. When you need local answers, the most reliable and in-depth information about health, safety, jobs, taxes, crime, energy, transportation, or government. Get the answers. Subscribe at abqjournal.com.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Shop in store or online at AmericanHome.com. They guarantee you'll pay less. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Telling it like it is.
You can't just bail on the draft and develop part of the game. And the Lakers, the last guy they developed was Kobe. I understood bringing LeBron here. But just because the Warriors brought in KD, it didn't mean they lost sort of their DNA on draft and develop.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays at 1 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Cinco de Mayo is all about celebrating Mexican heritage and Hispanic culture and traditions. In other words, food and partying. If you're going to celebrate Cinco de Mayo this year, plan ahead and take a ride on us. Together, we can end DWI. 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal, has partnered with Bernalillo County Department of Behavioral Health Services, Sandoval County DWI Prevention, and Ron Bell Injury Lawyers to help end DWI. Open the Uber app now, and under vouchers, enter the code CINCO22, Cinco 22, in all caps. Then, if your Cinco de Mayo turns into Drinko de Mayo, request an Uber and we'll pay up to $10 for your ride. The offer is good for the first 750 people who use the code between Thursday, May 5th at noon and Monday, May 9th at 3 a.m., and it's good for up to 2 rides per person. So try some traditional Mexican foods this year, drink a little Mexican tequila, and reflect on all the wonderful things this Hispanic culture has given us, and then take a ride on us. Together, we can end DWI.
Let's plan on having concessions over there.
Mike is remodeling the old family drive-in movie theater.
Go find Gavin. Tell him the sound team is here.
He'll need a new front-of-house cast and behind-the-scenes crew.
Hey, can we talk staffing real quick? I'm thinking at least 6 per shift.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Jamie's log. Progressive. The Harrington's backyard. Day 4, 2:18 a.m. I've been camping outside the Harrington house for 4 days now, proving that Progressive has 24/7 protection. Mr. Harrington says I don't need to do this since Progressive protects 24/7 is a pretty easy concept to grasp, but I'm going to stay and prove my point. Besides, there's a big tree branch over the roof, and I think it's planning something.
Progressive doesn't just offer a great price when you bundle home and auto. We offer round-the-clock protection, just not literally from Jamie. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers, and subject to policy terms. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
DQ presents The sound of an all-star summer lineup. Leading off, the promising rookie, new Oreo Dirt Pie. On deck, the fan favorite Girl Scout Thin Mints. Summer standouts, drumstick with peanuts and cotton candy. And batting cleanup, it's you. With your red spoon and 6 summer blizzard flavors, official treat of MLB. All part of the new DQ All-Star Summer Blizzard lineup. DQ? Happy tastes good.
Your happiest spring starts at Lowe's because SpringFest is on now. Find everything you need this season at a great low price like the Craftsman 20-volt string trimmer for just $99. And grab select Miracle-Gro Brilliant Blooms 25-ounce annuals, 2 for $10. Come into Lowe's today for the fun and savings of SpringFest. Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility. Miracle-Gro offer in-store only. Plant size and selection varies by location. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. About 4/28 through 5/4.
There's nothing like hearing the songs you love on local radio with no subscriptions and no monthly fees. But there's a new bill in Congress that could stop the music. If passed, this bill would tax your local radio stations simply to play the music you love. Text LOCAL to 52886 and ask Congress to support local radio stations. Help us keep you connected to the music, local news, weather, and traffic that you need each day. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
As we move into the warmer months, the active months, you're going to be moving more, doing more. Gentlemen, are you ready? Are you your best you? It's Jeff Symbieta. And guys, if you're not quite the best you can be, if you're tired too often, maybe dealing with hair loss, weight gain, depression, or even erectile dysfunction, NewMale can help you. In fact, NewMale has helped thousands of men all around the country with these exact things, these natural things. Give them a call at 505-652-1688, 505-652-1688, or visit NewMale. That's NUMALE.com. Making the call sometimes is the hardest part. Don't make excuses. Make the call, because once you do and you visit NewMale, you're going to realize the process is easy, it's comfortable, and it works. Guys, that's the best part about NewMale. It works. The results are real, and men everywhere are feeling better. The number is 505-652-1688. Enjoy being active. Enjoy being you again. Call NewMale at 505-652-1688 or visit newmail.com and feel better.
Don't miss the opening drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Start your morning weekdays at 7, 95.9 FM and AM 610.
And you're up.
Back on the program. It's been a good one today. It's had a lot of intensity.
Came in hot. Some big news in the world. Big news in the country right now.
Are you able to compartmentalize that stuff?
Expound on that a bit.
So, like, Roe v. Wade is the story today.
Yeah. Biggest story in the world, definitely this country.
Should be. Yeah. Putting literally everything the Supreme Court that we have in stock, putting it all in question.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, cool. Let's make sure we talk about Brittany Griner. It's hard. It's like a hard energy for me.
And I mean, we did talk about sports families for half an hour.
Well, inside baseball then for the friend of the show. Inside baseball. Whenever you're running like a list segment or a caller segment, that's because there's a little bit of a distraction in the game. And you're like, well, Frodo, what are you talking about? If you listen to a sports talk radio show, political talk show, be it conservative, liberal, progressive, whatever, a show that's real heavy in the caller is a show that's not prepared. That's a lazy show.
They don't have enough content is what you're saying.
Correct.
Okay.
And
I see you there.
And like Michael, and we don't get as many as we used to, because it used to be like, and not to speak ill of any other program that's ever existed on this channel or any that exist on a competitor in town.
Talking about us.
We don't need the caller to roll through. Now, if the caller is on point, or if you're a first-time caller, heck yeah, we're going to let you in. You're a first-time caller? We'll never say no to you. Welcome to the program. You're a friend of the show.
Speaking of texters, big shout out to Sandy K.
Yeah.
Reminding us that the Petties from the automobile racing family is 4th generation.
That's very good.
So sorry, Unsers.
Well, that's the thing too.
Unsers had more success though. Anyways, you were saying.
Join the live chat. 505-246-0610. Join the live stream.
Participate.
Yeah. Check out our social media. That's where the live stream's at. We got it there for you. But the thing is that program that you're like, oh, I really appreciate the callers on it. No one has ever said that. That's not a thing in radio. It's a thing for a guy who doesn't prepare. Or like if you're real hungover.
Which this is in the afternoon.
So
we don't do that on Saturday morning anymore.
No. Michael, do you remember those days?
Let's not go there.
God, we're about 50-50 on those, huh?
I say more 70-30.
Well, he meant 50-50. One of us was and one of us wasn't.
Yes.
Which made it 100%.
100% of the time.
There's always a 50% every Saturday morning.
Sometimes I miss that Saturday morning show.
NHL fan, 505-246-0610. You missed this one. The Jeffreyons.
Who's that?
Ever heard of these guys?
No, give me more.
I haven't, because just like I mentioned last segment, I'm not a big hockey historian.
No.
The Jeffreyons, Howie, Morinz, Bernie, Dan, Geoffrians?
The Geoffrians.
Geoff?
Yeah, the Geoffrians.
Ah, there we go.
Could have swore it was Jeff.
If there's a guy I'm going to trust, it's who I'm going to trust.
Cool.
From the live
Howie,
chat.
Morinz, Bernie, Dan, and Blake. 4-generation NHL family.
So
some better answers are floating to the top here.
From the live chat, people enjoy mailman's calls. Well, yes, because there could be a dog chasing him. There could be an ice cream truck next to him. There could be an aircraft carrier just flying overhead.
Yeah.
I need guys who stand out for special stuff, like the Sharps. Like Sterling and Shannon Sharp both played in a Pro Bowl together. That to me is like, okay, now you're one.
Cool. Real cool.
I also like when you're all at this, like you're a big Alomars guy. How many ball games did the Alomars play in? Sandy Jr. and Roberto.
Tons.
5,000 probably?
Tons and tons and tons and tons.
5,000.
Cool moment last year. Cool moment last week in between brothers. Wilson Contreras and his younger brother Wilton Contreras got to hand out the scorecards.
Oh, that is cool.
Meet at home plate and hand out scorecards. Very cool.
Stu Hart, Smith Hart, Bruce Hart, Keith Hart, Dean Hart, Bret Hart, Owen Hart, Davey Boy Smith, Natalie Neinhart, all professional wrestlers. Jim the Anvil, all professional wrestlers. For years, the school that made professional wrestlers was called the Hart Foundation.
Ah, that's right.
They wrote the rules to the game. But also, they never did free throws underhanded like the Berries. So, like, you get a cool one like that. And not being very fair are we to, like, only talking about America. I'm sure there's a rugby or a cricket
something
or a soccer.
There's something out there.
There are people that abuse it too. Like you could have like a real good dad and then get an opportunity because of that, like Kellen Winslow Jr.
Nah.
Because Kellen Winslow Jr.
Well, I think we've been proven that was CTE stuff that kind of derailed his career.
Well, he's not passed, so they wouldn't know that.
Or I just call it concussions.
Also, how many Gronkowskis were in the league at once? There's like 4 or 5 of them.
One real good one.
Dan, Chris, and Rob. Did they all play in the same team at one point? Gordy plays baseball. That's the one no one even talks about. He's like a minor leaguer.
Gordy Gronkowski?
Yes, that's a real person.
Is a baseball player? Today I learned. I'm excited for this. Is he playing the PCL? Is he coming here?
No, I don't know where he's currently rostered.
Well, I'm about to find out.
Also leaving out like historical guys, like baseball guys. And if we're talking about like on the field only, cool. But then if we're talking about life, you got to put the DiMaggios in there. Because the DiMaggios, not just on the field, but off the field.
Yeah.
Pretty good numbers.
Survived a war. Marilyn Monroe.
I think Hank Aaron's brother played for a while.
He absolutely did.
He did.
Same thing with Jackie Robinson, Mac Robinson.
Yes, Hank Aaron and his brother for a long time were the home run leaders for a brother duo until Barry Bonds and his sibling were the all-time home run leaders.
That's a pretty sweet thing.
Yeah.
Talking about the Unzers, the Andrettis. Why are we just going to leave the Earnhardts out? We shouldn't. Ralph and Dale and Dale Jr. Is there Carey? Is Carey one? Budweiser is not in the game. By the way, weird that beer sponsors NASCAR, right? That's weird.
All the beers sponsor NASCAR.
They do. And like Hard A. Is there Hard A in NASCAR?
NASCAR?
Thank you. You're right about the suitors.
Gordy Gronkowski no longer in professional baseball.
What happened to him? Flame out?
Seems that way.
Brent, Brian, Daryl, Dwayne, Rich, and Ron are all brothers. And Brandon and Brett are all NHL players. That's a lot of suitors in the NHL. Would not have came up with that.
I would not have got the suitors. I mean, obviously anything NHL.
But so Archie, Peyton, Eli, and what's the new one? Archie Jr.? But he's not a junior. Archie again.
Yeah.
That's when they become the one.
I agree. The second Archie takes a snap in the NFL, that's the family.
That's the bloodline. I think it's the Hearts in professional wrestling.
Because the original Archie Manning, whatever you call him, just the regular one, it's not like a senior situation. It skips a generation. I don't know how you refer to that. I don't know.
But it doesn't, because it goes
lineage surnames.
Is the new Archie Manning the son of which Manning?
The third one.
Cooper.
He's Cooper's boy.
So
yeah.
Does that count? Because that does make it complicated.
It's not a junior if it skips a generation.
Well, and Cooper didn't play in the league, but Archie, new Archie will play in the league, but he's not Eli or Peyton. So does that even count? That has to count.
So the skill set that the older Archie brought was apparently more dynamic than Peyton and Eli, but he just was on such horrible teams.
Well, the Saints have never been good, except for that one time when God made them.
God
good.
made up for Hurricane Katrina. Yeah, naturally.
30 minutes of the program left when we get back. 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
The Jim Rome Show.
Name a better collection of weapons than what Carr has at his disposal. Oh, wait. Still waiting. No joke. This guy's got more dudes than Patrick Mahomes does now. Funny how fast that changed. And for any of you Raider fans who think that you don't have the right guy under center, you are entitled to your opinion, no matter how wrong that opinion is.
The Jim Rome Show. Weekdays at 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Do you think you have COVID-19? Are you suffering from symptoms like cough, fever, shortness of breath, sore throat, or chills? Knowing if you have COVID-19 can help you seek proper treatment and prevent the virus from spreading to your family and community. You should get tested if you have symptoms of COVID-19 or have been in close contact with someone who tested positive for COVID-19. Don't wait. Find a test near you at findatestnm.org. That's findatestnm.org.
Say it with flowers, Albuquerque Florist.
Hi, this is Brennan with Albuquerque Florist. Mother's Day is this Sunday. Let flowers express your appreciation. Albuquerque Florist is your source for long-lasting farm-direct flowers. At Albuquerque Florist, we have a 5-day freshness and on-time delivery guarantee. Albuquerque Florist has hundreds of selections to choose from, so you'll find just what you desire. Let our talented floral artists create a memorable bouquet that will leave a lasting impression. To order, shop us online at www.albuquerqueflorist.com, where you can view selections and receive online-only discounts. Simply enter the code MOM in the promo code when checking out and receive an additional 10% off. Feel free to call your order in at 881-3336. That's 881-3336. Or stop in. We are located at the corner of San Mateo and Candelaria next to Peter Piper Pizza.
Say it with flowers, Albuquerque Florist. My milkshake milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours.
Spilled your milkshake? Quick, the quicker picker upper. Bounty picks up spills quicker. And each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less than the leading Ordinary brand. So you can get back to your milkshake.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours.
Bounty, the quicker picker upper.
Everyone loves shopping online. Well, I'm going to tell you what I tell my golf buddies when they buy clubs. Stop searching for coupon codes. Download Capital One Shopping to your computer. Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them at checkout. Plus, it's free, and you don't even need a Capital One card to use it. That's like hitting a hole in one without even trying. Capital One Shopping. It's kind of genius. What's in your wallet?
Savings and available coupons vary.
Let's plan on having concessions over there.
Mike is remodeling the old family drive-in movie theater.
Go find Gavin. Tell him the sound team is here.
He'll need a new front-of-house cast and behind-the-scenes crew.
Hey, can we talk staffing real quick? I'm thinking at least 6 per shift.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Jamie's log. Progressive. The Harrington's backyard. Day 4, 2:18 a.m. I've been camping outside the Harrington house for 4 days now, proving that Progressive has 24/7 protection. Mr. Harrington says I don't need to do this since Progressive protects 24/7 is a pretty easy concept to grasp, but I'm going to stay and prove my point. Besides, there's a big tree branch over the roof, and I think it's planning something.
Progressive doesn't just offer a great price when you bundle home and auto. We offer round-the-clock protection, just not literally from Jamie. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers, and subject to policy terms. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
It was an amazing game on a perfect Friday night. Dominic was unstoppable that night. I've never been more proud being a mama. We never saw it coming. A drunk driver hit our car. My baby. He's gone forever.
Drinking? Don't drive. Be safe, not sorry. This message brought to you by NMDOT.
The Jim Rome Show, weekdays at 10.
Smooth as ever. Smooth as ever.
On 95.9 FM and AM 610.
And you're up.
The Sports Animal.
The U.S. government now considers WNBA star Brittany Griner to be, quote, wrongfully detained by the Russian government, signaling a significant shift in how officials will try to get her home. To catch you up on the story, Brittany Griner was held within Russia right around the time the Russia-Ukraine war started. Don't call it a conflict. Don't at me with that. And she's not been really apparently detained because of weed. Is that what you understand it to be?
Vape cartridges.
Vape cartridges.
Yeah, marijuana vape cartridges. Had some boiled jazz cabbage.
So
that's how they do it, right?
I don't know. It's illegal now. I guess people could call and tell us.
Not in Russia.
Well, touche. Quote, the Department of State has determined that the Russian Federation has wrongly detained U.S. citizen Brittany Griner. With this determination, the Special Presidential Envoy for Hostage Affairs, Roger Carstens, will lead an interagency team for securing Brittany Griner's release. If Brittany Griner is the thing that brings the United States into this war, my bingo card is full.
You beat me to it, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you beat me to it. It's like, not this.
No.
Not this.
No.
There's been enough crazy. You don't need to go to the land of ridiculous.
Today is the 75th day that she has been detained. First of all, no one should ever be detained for weed. I want to be insanely transparent for that.
In this country now, but especially eventually on Earth.
On Earth.
It's not a big deal. Never has been. But also, I hate to play devil's advocate here.
Got to follow the
rules. You
rules.
know where you are.
Yep.
They pay you a lot of money to be there. You should follow their rules.
Now, what if she gets back? The time will come when she gets back.
Yeah.
And she's like, I didn't have no hash oil.
I mean, that's obviously what I would say.
That's what I would say.
Everyone knows that Van has hash oil.
I don't have a legally bought hash oil that I got at the corner of.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
yeah. I was outside the.
To be fair,
To be fair.
I don't got a guy in Russia right now, but if I did, probably be Holden. You hear that, Vladimir?
His name would be Holden.
William Holden.
It's not bad.
Holden Caulfield. Holding. 2nd and 20. Repeat the down.
Holding up your end of the bargain.
There you go.
That's a good one. And Vital's like, listen, go down to St. Basil's Cathedral. Let me tell you what you do. You walk 10 paces from the Kremlin. And I'm like, I'm running out of landmarks in Russia now, so I can't keep going.
And I do one day want to go to Russia. I love their architecture. I think it's beautiful.
What?
There's not a lot besides that.
I'm never, ever going to Russia.
Architecture, women. That's about it.
Potatoes.
Am I wrong?
Cool mosaic flooring is not enough to take me in.
Vital, we have Idaho. I don't need to go to Russia for potatoes.
And you can make a stop in Ireland, Scotland. I don't know where they grow potatoes.
Ireland, not so great historically, but I think they're doing way better now.
They do got to figure it out.
I made it this far.
I recently learned Sunday night watching 60 Minutes.
Of what?
A TV show.
Oh, cool. Which TV show?
60 Minutes.
Well, that's how long you watch what show. Why are you doing that to me? I'm just asking questions.
That's way faster than a second, but you guys get it. That Eurovision is a real thing, and it just wasn't from that Will Ferrell movie.
What's the deal with Eurovision?
What is that?
That's the guy at the end. What's his name? I forgot his name. It's been so long. That really angry guy with the white hair?
Will Ferrell?
No. What's his name? Come on, Vital.
He passed away a while
okay.
back.
I didn't say he didn't.
What are we talking about?
There's the guy at the end of every 60-minute
Andy
episode.
Rooney.
Andy Rooney used to complain about everything.
I thought you were doing like an All in the Family thing. I thought this was like an Archie Bunker thing you were doing.
Very close. It's very, very close.
What's her name? Jean Stapleton? Is that her name?
Chris Stapleton's mom?
I don't believe that is.
Hey, that's your favorite country music artist.
Who?
Chris Stapleton.
I don't know who that is.
Best concert he's ever seen. Fred says that all the time.
Oh, no. The guy that sit on the stool?
And plays the guitar.
Oh, this guy sucked, Michael. I forgot all about that. Chris Stapleton is the most garbage ever concert that I've seen. Sat on a stool. He said, everyone welcome. Go ahead and settle in on the stool that you brought. No one brought stools, Chris. We're at a concert.
Isleta Casino. I mean, not Isleta. Isleta Amphitheater will not let you bring in 20,000 stools.
Dog, you're talking about the one in Isleta. I can even one up you. I saw him at Innings Fest like 2 weeks before that too, and it was just as bad. And I didn't learn my lesson because I was like, there's no way multi-platinum, multi-gold, multi-silver recording, selling, performing, writing, all the other aspects of music, Chris Stapleton could be this bad twice in a row. Oh boy, was I wrong.
Well, first off, let me say that I think he's an
Let you
amazing singer-songwriter. He's
Yeah,
very
give him that.
talented.
Give him that.
Amazing. Got some great songs.
Mm-hmm.
But we took like a party bus with 30 people to a Chris Stapleton concert. We had it turned up all the way to 11 for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then we go to the concert and it's just
You know when you have to sober up too quick? That's what this was. This was like, oh, no, I've sobered up, Chris. Oh, I forgot how much I hate Chris Stapleton until you just said that.
You're welcome.
Who's the other guy that looks like Chris Stapleton?
Every roadie for the Allman Brothers.
The Allman Brothers slap.
Like, so does Chris Stapleton, just not when you're like trying to have a really good time.
Or even like a moderately good time. We're not just talking.
No, I had a moderately good time.
I'm not buying that.
I mean, we stole a golf cart from security.
Hey, there's some things you don't say on air. Michael, this is
statute of limitation that's been like 5 years.
This is before we were Cumulus employees, by the way, and in our affiliation with Live Nation, it was not at all negatively affected by our now current employment status.
And when I say stole, I mean Just borrowed.
Yeah.
Just for a second.
I mean, wasn't even there.
Just for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they even have, there's no golf course out there. Do they even have golf carts?
Why do you need a golf cart?
Yeah.
There's not a golf cart.
Yeah, it's for
You didn't even bring your clubs.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And it definitely was not a club vibe because of this terrible on a stool performance.
Yeah. And I'm really intoxicated, and I need to get up this hill. So it's a win-win for everyone.
I need Brittany Griner to come home. Please do not enter World War III.
Over Brittany Griner.
But also, please help Brittany Griner.
Her life is special and unique, and she needs to get home. And, you know, she's not in the States, but there's some semblance of due process eventually, right? She eventually has to stand trial for her crime, right?
No, they do. All right, first of all, no. Like, that's not how
But on the world stage.
Russia doesn't necessarily follow the world stage.
For Russians, they don't. But for members of the EU, United States citizens, you have to show them some sort of trial. You have to be like, hey, here's the evidence. Now you can't leave forever.
When we get back to the I-9 Varsity Estates, in between the break, I'm going to tell Van what Geneva is, and then I'm going to tell him what Guantanamo Bay is, and why no.
We started and ended strong on this program.
It's a bookend.
Yeah.
It's a bookend.
A lot of sports in the middle, though, guys.
Check out that part on the podcast, which you can find our Night of Champions episode from last night right now at wherever you find podcasts at Talk ABQ or 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Ray Magliozzi here. The tear in my driver's seat does have sentimental value since my butt's molded to fit it, but I'm ready for a new one from eBay Motors with all the right parts at the right prices. 122 million of them. Till then, I'll just scooch. eBay Motors, let's ride.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors.
This is Andrew Perloff with the CBS Sports Minute. The dust is cleared from the NFL draft, and Baker Mayfield is still in a Browns uniform. Doesn't look like there's a starting spot open for him anywhere. I'm not so sure anyone wants him as a backup either. You don't want too much juice sitting right behind your starter. Maybe the Browns will need him to start if Deshaun Watson is suspended. Or maybe they just want to keep him around. Either way, we could have one of the most uncomfortable locker room situations, and I, for one, can't wait to watch. I'm Andrew Perloff.
Southern Recipe pork rinds.
Southern Recipe pork rinds have the bacony crunch you crave in a protein-packed, low-carb snack. They're the pork rind that tastes best for just about any event. Southern Recipe pork rinds are also low-sugar, gluten-free, and naturally loaded in collagen, so it's a no-brainer. Get through the daily grind with Southern Recipe pork rinds at southernrecipe.com today.
Southern Recipe pork rinds.
Available in the snack aisle at your local Winco today.
Spring is here, which means it's time to take advantage of the Home Depot low price guarantee. We're offering the best brands at the best prices so you can take on as much as you want. Add the thrill of a great deal to the satisfaction of getting your projects done. And if you find a lower price from one of our competitors, we'll match it. Because when we say nobody beats our prices, we mean it. It feels like spring savings at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Hi, Jeanette here with Highland Rental. Since taking over ownership, it's been my mission to provide reliable equipment to our customers and continue with our excellent customer service. In 2022, we are pleased to provide several new tillers and mowers, to name a few. Think of us for your rental needs, and don't forget, we offer excellent service and repair for most small engine equipment. Come see us today. We're located at 8702 Manal Boulevard Northeast, open Monday through Saturday, 7:30 to 4. Call 505-293-4100 or visit our website at highlandrental.net. I'll see you soon.
You're the one everyone looks to for answers. Come rain or shine, the job must get done, and you're the one who makes it happen. We get you, Jackie in Fresno, putting your employee safety first. And Manny in Chattanooga, whose local Granger team knows him by name. We're here for you and all the ones who get it done, with 24/7 customer support and access to product specialists to help you find what you need. Call, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, I'm Ariana. A little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Spicy Southwest salad is when I take a bite, it's like, wow, I'm getting a punch from the roasted corn. I'm getting a kick from the spicy chicken. It's just great.
Hi, this is Tori. A little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Cobb salad is the avocado lime dressing. It adds to the chicken, the bacon, and the roasted corn. It takes the salad to a whole nother level.
Order a salad for delivery on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
The Opening Drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Weekday mornings from 7 till 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sport.
And you're up.
It has been a lot of days since your boys have done back-to-back 3 hours of radio. Pretty good job today, boys.
It's been a minute, hadn't it?
Yeah, well, it's going to be a minute again. So,
hey, I know the guy who produced this song.
All right, go ahead.
He lived in Mesilla, New Mexico. His name was Bug Salcedo. I saw the original reel-to-reel that this song was on.
Who knew?
I did. I just told you.
This is Crackers Low.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Hey.
It holds up. Stands the test of time.
I want to go down.
We got like 7 minutes.
Did Michael play this song because it talks about cosmonauts and we were going through Russian propaganda? Is that why?
I believe so.
Nah.
There's layers
maybe.
here.
The boys are on till 5:45 the rest of the week, so tune with us. And it's Isotopes broadcast every other night of the week. We'll have Josh Sushan on with us.
If somebody's going to kick us off, I'm glad it's Josh Sushan.
Yeah, I agree.
He is so talented.
He's a dude, one of the best.
God, I love listening to those games.
We are not at Isotopes Park this Friday, as Isotopes are on the road. Heads
Correct.
up to that. Next week, full week of your boys, full shows on Monday and Thursday, and then live from the lab on Friday. That will be very good.
Hey, should we do it live on Thursday as well?
Doesn't work like that.
Because we're going to be at the lab anyways because there's a day game.
You don't-
We're already going to be there.
Just don't get to do it like that.
Can I just bring my phone and do it?
So let me get this straight. They're going to start baseball around what, like 11 in the morning? That's when the first pitch is?
Yeah.
We can go to that. We can go to that all day.
Sure.
Game will be over by 3, and you're going to tell.
Way shorter than that.
Yeah.
Because of record-setting game times.
And you're going to tell Isotope employee that they have to stick around till 7 p.m. at the stadium just looking at us?
Just pour me a beer and hand me the key. I'll lock up after myself.
All right.
I don't see what the big deal is.
Is that a Chris Stapleton lyric? Are you like messing with me right now?
Pour me a beer.
Lock up
Hand
the
me a key.
That's so stupid. All right. Today's I-9 varsity van
Okay.
is one of the good ones.
All right.
The I-9 varsity of states. Okay.
All right.
Connect with League Office 280 at i9sports.com, 505-312-4999. Connect with I-9 Sports here in Albuquerque. It's Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, Edwood, kind of all the surrounding communities, and get your kid in. No child will ever be excluded by a tryout. Everyone plays. It's practices and games in the same day. They're doing it the absolute best way. You or me first?
I'll go first.
All right, you go first.
Just in case that you were going to say this one.
Okay.
But I'm going to get it out of the way right off the bat.
Yep.
I'm going New Mexico.
Okay, that's a very good one.
Usually I end with my favorite, but I
Yeah.
was scared that you're going to jump the gun. It's beautiful. The culture's amazing. Multiple cultures smashed together. It's amazing.
Mhm.
Food's amazing. Weather's amazing. Scenery's amazing. The people are nice. The women are beautiful.
It's a very good answer.
I'm starting with where I live, and especially northern New Mexico, especially everywhere who gets a FM or AM signal. That's the best place on earth.
Okay. I'm going to go with solids. So I think relatively rigid items, anything that like displaces like volume, that to me is a very good state. So give me that. Anything with like a solid, like at rest, like atom and molecule base. Give me that state.
That's a smart one.
Yeah.
That's a really good one.
I got you.
Next on my I-9 varsity of states is going to be New York.
Oh, okay.
I love New Mexico for many, many reasons.
Yes.
But I love New York for one very specific reason.
Which is?
It's newer than York.
Ah, yeah. Now, here's the thing. It was once New Amsterdam.
Right.
Yeah.
Amsterdam's pretty okay.
Actually, that's old New York.
Yes, old New York, New Amsterdam, but new New York is New York.
Okay, got it.
So York, except for their peppermint patties, obviously sucks. Because if York was so great, they wouldn't need a new one.
That's a good point.
Okay, so next on my I-9 varsity is New York.
Definitely gases is my next favorite state.
Okay, that's a good state.
Yeah, no real definite shape or volume, but constantly surrounding and encompassing not just myself, but the planet. Give me gases as my second state.
Okay. Next on my I-9 varsity estates is going to be New Jersey.
Oh, I see. I wasn't ready for that one.
Okay. There's a lot of reasons to like New Jersey.
Mm-hmm. Can't come up with one, huh?
I got one real good one, though.
Yeah.
Old Jersey sucks.
Okay. There's no old Jersey.
If Jersey was that good, why does it need a new Jersey?
Doesn't work.
Come on, just stick with the old one. It's not that good.
All right.
Okay. New Jersey, obviously number one. The 90s Charlotte Hornets jersey, probably number two.
All right.
What's next on your I-9 varsity?
Well, man, I'm going to go with state of mind.
Ooh,
okay. So I'm a big fan of just having like a really positive outlook and opinion and viewpoint on things. So I'm going to go with a state of mind, which probably threw you for a loop there.
It really did.
Yeah.
It really did. It really did.
You thought I was going to go with liquid.
Yeah, I really did.
Yeah, which I'm going to tell you doesn't even hold a candle to plasma.
Yeah, see, I thought you were going to go liquid and then plasma.
Yeah, no.
Not today.
No.
Not today.
No. Sorry, Satan.
Well, last on my I-9 varsity estates, I'm going to go with New Hampshire.
Okay.
Because one can only assume how much Hampshire sucks that they needed a new one. Like, what did Hampshire do to these lovely people that they ran away from Hampshire and started a New Hampshire?
What is a Bose-Einstein condensate? I've never even heard of that.
If you say it right, I might be able to help you with it.
I cannot. It's too complex.
What I'm saying is screw Hampshire.
The things you take on don't deserve your
I hope you're listening, Hampshire. Talking directly. I'm not breaking eye contact either, Hampshire.
Good sports talk program today. Big thank you to Winton Bernard, who joined us. He's the PCL player of the week, and he's currently my favorite ice dope, I think, of all time. I'm going to go out there and say it like that, all time.
I'm very partial to obviously everyone on this current roster, but my daughter's favorite, D. Gordon.
Of all time, all time?
Not even the same organization. No, just because it's my daughter's favorite, so I got to be partial.
It's hard to argue with partial, but I can't argue for new partial, which puts old partial to shame.
You thought Winton was good. Wait till you see new Winton.
Returning at 4:00 tomorrow is your boys. Van, any final words?
Oh my goodness, my friend. Too much for the time allotted, but whatever we didn't cover, make sure you check out tomorrow morning on the opening drive with Jeff, JJ, and A-Marie.
Congrats, A-Marie.
Oh, she got married.
Well, I don't know if she mentioned that publicly. Is that publicly? Is that out there? It is. Michael says it is.
Oh, good.
Good job, everyone. GG.
See you tomorrow, Burke.
Do a liner in 2 minutes.